Hey, yo, B, what's going on, everybody out there? Mr. Sandman signing back in real quick. And you already know the vibes. Welcome to another episode of the Council Roundtable, episode 47, that is, where we talk about the old fashioned wrestling, let y'all know what's happening. And speaking of, I figured I'll do something new from now on. Since I talk about, since I say, we talk about the old fashioned wrestling. I figure like every show I'm gonna start off with doing or talking about this day in wrestling. So that's what I'm gonna start doing every Tuesday and Friday when I go live. That's what I'm gonna start doing. So on this day of wrestling, August 19th, on this day of wrestling history, August 19th, in 1975, the Golden Creek Jim Londos passed away as a result of a heart attack. In 1990, Ricky Chosu defeats Big Van Vader in Tokyo for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. In 2001, in the midst of the invasion angle, WWE presented SummerSlam from the Compact Center in San Jose, California. The card featured mainly WWE versus the Alliance matches with several title changes occurring, including The Rock defeating Booker T for the WCW Championship and Edge taking the IC title from Lance Storm. Oh wow, the whole alliance. Hmm. In 2002, after a series of title changes on the night between Bradshaw, Tommy Dreamer, and Crash Holly, the 24/7 rule for the WWE Hardcore title is discontinued. The title itself will be declared defunct 1 week later when Intercontinental Champion RVD, No Job Rob, defeated Bummy Dreamer in a title unification match. Go figure. Defeated and Tommy Dreamer should always be in the same sentence, or is always in the same sentence. 2012, WWE presented SummerSlam at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. A fairly lackluster event was headlined by Brock Lesnar getting a win over Triple H by submission. In 2017, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 took place in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, and featured Brooklyn, New York, and featured two title changes. Alexander Wolf and Young of Sanity defeated the Orders of Pain for the NXT Tag Team titles, and in the main event, Drew McIntyre won the NXT Championship against the glorious one, Bobby Roode. And 2018, WWE SummerSlam took place at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. A number of title changes took place on that night. Most notably, Ronda Rousey won her first and only Raw Women's title from Alexa Bliss in the main event. Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. And of course, you can't count the SmackDown title because I was, because she Ronda Rousey had the SmackDown title just recently, so you can't really count that because she had the Raw title from before and she just lost the SmackDown title. So, which is pretty weird because they would still label her a two-time champion, even if she won the Raw title once and the SmackDown title once. But that's neither here nor there. And I'm also gonna do, notable wrestling birthdays. Tim Horner, happy birthday to Tim Horner. Happy birthday to Lillian Garcia. Happy birthday to Percy Watson, which I think is in Sin. Control your narrative, create your narrative, whatever about the narrative. I think he's over there now. So happy birthday to him. And happy birthday to this fucking idiot piece of shit. Waste of a social security card, wasted his whole damn career, Velveteen Dream. Today's also his that fucktard's birthday, so happy birthday to all of them. Now, I got you. I got you. I'm about to drop the link right now. Yeah, Tony Khan definitely being a punk, you know. No pun intended. Let me drop the link real quick. Like this dude here, according to the Sportster, by article from Josh Coulson, he basically says on the whole CM Punk issue and Hangman Page, wherever you turn the wrestling right now, there's drama. Since the industry is built on dramatic moments and matches, that would usually be a good thing, but maybe not so much right now. WWE has been dealing with more backstage drama than at any other point in its history, and over the course of the last few days, AEW appears to be tackling the same thing, but in a very different way. There will be no turnover when it comes to who runs the company. But some of AEW's biggest stars appear to be button heads in a way that isn't good for the present or the future of the company. CM Punk is back from injury. As we all know that he broke his foot. Now he's back. We go see he's not 100%, but that's neither here nor there. Well, he's back from injury, and even though John Moxley is the man in his crosshairs, he confronted Hangman Page. It has come to light since then that only one was the Punk Page confrontation not planned, but there was worry internally that the AEW champion wouldn't show up to Dynamite at all this week. According to the latest edition of Wrestling Observer newsletter, this whole situation stems from AEW almost cutting Cole Cabana from the roster earlier this year. Cabana was seemingly removed from the Dark Order and apparently stopped coming to AEW's TV tapings. That was reportedly followed up by the belief Khan wouldn't be renewing Cabana's deal. Internal backlash to that, coupled with the acquisition of Ring of Honor, turned things around, and now Cabana is actively involved with whatever's going on with the recently acquired brand. As for why Cabana would unwittingly be the root of all these problems, he and Punk fell out following my bad, yeah. He and Punk fell out following the Tell All podcast the latter did on the former's podcast about his WWE departure. That resulted in all sorts of legacy. I mean, that resulted in all sorts of legal proceedings and one mess that meant the former best friends no longer even speak to each other. It would make sense that Khan would be willing to do almost anything to keep Punk happening, but that willingness may have caused some pretty major issues. And no, it's not understandable. You know what I mean? I understand like to a certain extent. Yeah, maybe you'll do stuff here and there to accommodate your one of your biggest stars, but to the point where your whole roster is at like a somewhat of a disarray.
Mhm.
Come on,
Disarray.
be real. This dude is not a draw any fucking more.
I know. Coke Cabana. Are you serious? Hey, I usually hit you with my video rant, but not tonight. Nobody want to see me in my damn drawers. No homo.
Fuck.
But really, Coke Cabana, you gonna let CM Punk just have his way? Remind
Right,
like Tony Khan needs to be like, yo, I'm the boss. You're just a worker.
right.
You didn't earn the title. I put the title on you. So if I want to get rid of fat ass no talent over the hill Cole Cabana, who has done nothing in his damn career, I'm gonna get rid
Damn,
of him.
his whole career, damn.
I mean, what has he done at the Ring of Honor besides eat a bunch of hamburgers and become the next coming of fat ass Eddie Kingston, the untalented version?
Oh, God.
But
But
be that as it may, like you're not gonna sit there. and just fire this dude Cole Cabana just because him and Punk don't get along. That's just ridiculous.
No, I don't
And
believe
let's
that. I don't believe that. I think if
I do.
anything,
I do
oh,
believe that I do believe Tony Khan is that type. That
just to keep Punk
because he's a
happy.
fucking mark.
Yeah. And have you noticed with all the disarray happening
Hmm.
and SmackDown picking up steam out of nowhere, MGF is appearing to come back soon. You in that much of a panic that you got to bring MGF back?
And I think they dropped the ball on that anyway. I think that
Oh
ship
yeah, they
is about to
absolutely did.
sail because MJF should have been running this summertime. This is MJF summer, and this dude Tony Khan, for whatever reason, squandered it.
Yeah,
So that heat definitely died down a little bit.
you mean to tell me that you couldn't get an agreement with a disgruntled wrestler in MGF? I'm like, look here, if I was Tony Khan, I'd be like, look, MGF got every reason to be upset. Yeah, you allow all these WWE former people come in and get shine. I am a original from the day one. Not only I am one of the lower paid wrestlers, but you mean to tell me that I get less TV time than untalented Jay Cargill? The fuck out of here. At least I can wrestle. At least I can cut a promo.
Hmm.
Damn, I'm taking shots at Jade. I know. I don't give a fuck.
You always do.
No,
What's
because
going on, Nate? What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, Punk basically earned the title when he came back and gave Rampage the highest rating ever. He sold out an arena on a rumor he was coming back, so he earned it right there. But anyways, MJF, I think he's coming back next Wednesday. Hopefully he shows up with a ticket, popcorn and soda, and fucks up that match with Punk and Moxley, and we get possibly a triple threat, or you never know. I don't know if Hangman Page is busy. Maybe a fatal four-way for the title and All Out. So, you
My
yeah,
know.
if
question
they
is,
why they
my
doing it
question
on
is,
a
how did
TV show?
yeah, that's one of my questions. And the other question I have is that how did this whole thing just stem from the past? Like, how did this whole situation with Punk and Hangman just, you know, just come back into the into play? How did that ended up happening? Like,
I don't know.
why does do Punk just randomly just went out and cut a promo about this dude Hangman Page when he's supposed to be beefing with Moxley? I just don't understand what's going on here.
He's
Yeah.
been throwing shots at everybody. Like he threw jabs at WWE who wasn't even thinking about Punk. I don't know what his gripe is. He for someone who's 40 something years old, he act like a little child that should take his toy away from him.
Got the
I
microwave
agree.
going. Who's got the hot
Oh,
pocket going? Who's got the
yeah,
hot
buddy.
Who's got the hot pocket going?
Oh
Yo,
me,
I love the chicken and cheddar one. The chicken, cheddar, and broccoli. Oh, those are like my favorite ones.
Oh, that's
oh
good.
no. I use the smokeless grill and I've been throwing down on this honey barbecue chicken based
Okay,
with some honey barbecue and some brown sugar. I've
Yeah.
been trying to keep up with you,
nice.
R. I don't think I could cook like you, but I'm up there somewhere.
I'm
Speaking of,
all right.
speaking of,
I'm not like an hired chef or anything, but I do my
You
thing a little something.
you still worked at a restaurant as a chef. I ain't got that level.
speaking of brown sugar, Vince McMahon's probably looking for some brown sugar. Yeah.
Oh man, Vince better stop talking. His damn hush money about to go up to $30 million. They keep digging, but I think
And
they
I
finally
hope
got.
that dude. Speaking of Vince, I hope that dude Stumps do pull up because, like, remember he was sitting there talking about the reason why NXT will the callers of NXT would get buried because they wasn't good enough and yada yada yada. Well, Kevin Nash even confirmed to himself that Vince McMahon was blatantly doing that to Triple H.
Yeah, and
Even Nash
apparently
admitted it.
apparently he was supposed to bury Gunther. We gonna call him Walter on the 4th of July.
Yeah,
Who the hell is he
but
gonna make him lose the title to? No, my bad. He wasn't even going to get the title. He was just going to have him
Yeah, he
drop.
wasn't gonna get it now.
Losing,
And you
losing on
and you knew. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say losing on the 4th of July. Were they gonna bring the Lex Express back? The trains, the bus is coming.
No, I
The
think they was
Lex
going to
Express
have
being
him.
Luger's
I think they was
wheelchair.
going to have him drop to Shinsuke Nakamura, and it would have been over.
You think they would have gave it back to Nakamura?
Yeah, they going to make him job to Nakamura. So when they say Barry, he probably going to lose to Nakamura. He would have lost to Madcap Moss, and then he probably would have lost to. Is there any other baby faces that he would lose to in SmackDown, or it's just them two?
Around Ricochet, I guess you could say. Yeah, Ricochet. Have him lose, have Ricochet get his win back because remember he's the one that beat Ricochet for the Intercontinental Belt in the first place. Have Ricochet get his win back, and then after that, have this dude, Volta come like a hip hop dancer, some silly shit like that. You know, it's to do some shit like that. Have this dude coming out dancing and stuff and being a comedic character when it
So
comes to
do
go
you
ahead.
miss Chubby Walter, or you kind of like this Walter?
I guess you could say a mixture of both. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess you could say in a way he looked more legit when he had that weight on him. But he still looks legit, you know, and if anything, he could move around much better. You know, you can see he added some speed to his repertoire. So it's like a mixture of both.
How
Okay.
can you how can you take a guy named Walter serious? Sounds like a fucking butler. Gunther sounds
It's
better.
not it's not it's not Walter, it's Volta.
Yeah, Gunther. Yeah.
Volta.
Gunther.
That's how you gonna pronounce it. Volta and Gunther.
Yeah, you got any Grey Poupon?
Yeah,
I miss
man.
I miss them commercials. Oh, all right.
So I don't know if y'all heard, or maybe y'all probably did hear that it's this fuck boy's birthday today. The
The most
Velveteen
wasted
Dream.
talent in history of WWE,
Oh
Velveteen Dream.
man.
What was you think? Yo, everybody's upset at Velveteen Dream. They saw
Yeah,
so much potential in him.
definitely. He was definitely a future heavyweight champion. Definitely a future WrestleMania main eventer.
If Velveteen Dream didn't fuck it up, he probably would have been the one that beat Adam Cole for title versus title, winner take all.
Well, he had an opportunity when remember they had that match during the pandemic when
Well,
they had the
but that,
cinematic match.
hmm but then that was also in the case where all the scandals was coming up, so they was like,
It
all right,
was
take it
right. Yeah,
away.
you are right. Yeah, I think that's when they brought him back when it started to die down a little bit, but they still didn't trust giving him the ball to run with. And now not only that, the Undisputed Era was on fire about that time. So
Mm.
so
Yeah.
another thing I want to talk about this dude Kenny Omega basically coming back and then he had cut this promo off air, basically like, talking about it's not about me, it's about you when it comes to the fans and stuff. Here's the thing with me, and that dude, Kenny Omega. I just think he's a natural born face. Him being a heel, I don't think he's badass enough to be a heel.
Unless you go back to the cleaner gimmick, I still don't know what the fuck that gimmick was about.
His
Basically,
promos as a heel suck. His promos as a heel suck. They don't come out right, you know.
it's not genuine, exactly.
Yeah,
Like
it's not genuine. Yeah,
Kenny Omega is, he's like that nice guy that be like, hey, you want to play some video games and drink some chocolate milk? That's
yeah.
the type of time he's on. He's not that type that want to be, hey, you want to go to a strip club and pound back a couple of brews while pounding some sluts? He's not that type.
Yeah, I guess his bi personality doesn't make him as a heel.
Yeah, I just think he's always been that, I wouldn't say like a top baby face, like when it comes, I would say he's like an upper mid card face because let's really be real, like what you said, they like, oh, I mean Scott, who is this dude supposed to be? Yeah, he's a cleaner, but he doesn't give off that hitman vibe, because that's what a cleaner really is a hitman. But you
I
don't
thought
see
he,
him like,
I thought he was good with whites and colors with fabric softener. I thought he was
you
good
know
with
what I'm
cleaning the
saying?
house.
Yeah, Mrs.
Dude,
Doubtfire in the face ass.
dude. Speaking of cleaner, my God, I had a McDonald's ice cream yesterday. It cleaned my asshole yesterday.
Dude, why you
Damn.
eating McDonald's ice cream?
Pause.
That
And I'm surprised the machine actually worked.
I know.
you
That
know
was a
what?
shock.
I can't talk. My dumb ass ate 9 White Castle cheeseburgers. Mine did not carry
Yeah,
all
but
Oh
my.
that's nothing.
man.
That's like what? 2 hamburgers? Those
No,
are
no, no, no,
small.
no. You don't
Nah, they
understand,
really
bro.
feel you though.
Oh,
Don't sleep in them sliders.
I can
And
eat those
and
small like nothing.
and your
I
ass would
I
be
miss
on the
White
toilet
Castle so
hurting.
much. I miss White Castle so much.
Wait a minute, you in Kansas City? They ain't got that?
Not around my way. I'm in Kansas City, Kansas. There's one in Missouri though, I think.
Ooh, Kansas City, Kansas. They used to be on the first 48.
Yeah, man. Killer
They
Capital,
get down
Kansas.
in Kansas City.
Killer Capital, Kansas, B.
So you think AEW is panicking now that WWE is slowly starting to pick up? They're getting out of the crawl space. They're starting to walk and they starting to jog. It looks like AEW
Yeah.
is panicking.
And so the Triple H, man. This is all we ever wanted. Just give a shit. That's all we ever asked. Like, yo, my dude, yo, Vince, you already rich. Like, you just basically and you just go around and ruin people's lives. And then there's people out there that's still saying, oh, we should basically rub this dude balls. Yes, I understand he came out with your Hogan's, your Rock, Stone Cold, what may have you. Yes, yes. But look at all the fuck shit he's done in the past 20 years.
You know
Fuck
what?
him.
I think the creation of John Cena was the worst thing he could have ever did because he
Yep.
became a monster after that. Oh,
That was the
I
beginning
built
of the end.
nobody better than John Cena after that.
Yep. And what did he
Yeah.
do after that? He injected the poison into Roman Reigns, and he started valuing the company too.
Roman Reigns should have never been a baby face stuffed down our throats. But then I think about it like this, R. If he would have came as a heel in the beginning, would he still be appreciated like he is now?
No,
Because I don't think he was ready for that role yet. He was still
I think he
young.
was. You know what I
Nah.
think it was? I think it was that, like, so I spoke about it from before on a video that I did in the past. Yeah, Roman Reigns would be heel. That sounds good and all, but what would he be? Like, what would his character be? I just don't think that they thought of a character for him yet.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Other than Vince being just fucking stubborn. I just
No.
think that, what I mean, they didn't come up with the whole head of the table type character. Okay. I think that it took them some time to really, sink their teeth and okay, what we gonna do with this dude if we turn him heel? He just can't be a heel and be the same dude that put petroleum jelly in his bulletproof vest.
I kid you not. That's the first thing I said. I was like, damn, Reigns ain't believable. He still had that pretty boy type soft image, and then after the leukemia, that didn't work. Cause I'm like, dude, we can't get no heat on him after the leukemia. Then he took some time off and he really just disappeared. And he came back, dude looked like a grown ass fucking man. And not
Came
just a
back at Rex
regular grown
Chop.
ass man. Grew his beard, stopped trying to look pretty. Dude was swole. And the
He got
first
his
thing
fake
he
teeth.
do, and the first thing he do was beat the brakes off of Bum Strowman.
He went
Um,
and got his teeth from He had the same teeth like Ryu had in Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition.
Now the only thing I didn't like was you made him a star, but at the same time burying Bray Wyatt by getting him pinned in that match. Bray Wyatt? You could
And not
you
only
you couldn't
that, what
let
he said too, what he said when he washed him up, he said, "You just a guy with the mask. I'll run this place." That alone was like the flat line.
yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like that. I kind of like the shit talking Roman Reigns. He wasn't
Yeah,
scared
hell
of
yeah.
nobody.
And
But
you know what's the
then,
thing too? Why this shit came off so perfect? Because we all forgot about the remission.
yeah,
We
we
forgot this
forgot
dude is
about
still
that.
sick.
Hmm.
That's how you know they did a great job. Because we all forgot about like, oh man, we supposed to be sympathetic to this dude.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah, man. So who y'all think is gonna win next week when it comes to this dude
Nobody.
Mox and Punk? You think it's gonna be
Nobody.
a fuck finish?
MJF's returning. He's gonna fuck it up. I'm telling you.
You know what? I guess I guess somebody probably went to Tony Khan was like, look, if you're gonna be a man, teach Punk a lesson. Don't give him what he wants. Make him lose that title, and tell him like you need to play ball or you take your ball and go home. What you
I think
think?
he should take his ball home because remember I
Because
was
he
saying
is
in the last
freaking annoying.
video that he needs to retire. Punk doesn't have nothing else to prove. Like if
I'm
anything, okay, let him get some Japanese matches under his belt, like him against whoever Tanahashi or a Kokololo and Sagaya, whatever the fuck them Japanese motherfuckers. And I'm not racist, I just don't know them motherfuckers. Just,
Yeah, but
let him get his little what you call it? What's kind of matches again?
dream
Dream
matches.
matches. Yeah, get
Yeah.
some dream matches, and then let him just go home and be like,
Yeah.
he had a great career. As matter of fact,
Exactly.
have him be an agent or something. He could be an agent. The fuck, he wants to be a commentator. Why can't he be an agent?
Yeah. Yeah. Tony Khan's not gonna let Punk retire until he gets all those dream matches out of the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, he's nah. He's
Penta,
definitely gonna
Okada,
he's gonna
Daniels.
squeeze the shit out that contract.
Yeah, he's
yo.
gonna make sure he gets his money back and invest in
It
it.
it looks like AEW's roster is pretty weak right now.
Mm-mm.
No, it's pretty
Especially,
stacked.
especially people coming back now. They stacked. They have a
No,
great roster.
this is
It's
what I
just
mean
that
by
they
weak.
just don't.
They don't know
Khan
how
just
to
don't know.
utilize it.
And right. Khan, you know what it is with Khan, with Tony Khan? Like I said before, he will start promoting them and then he will stop. Keep sending them out there. Have them do guest appearances, and you gotta keep doing that shit every single week. You gotta keep on. You cannot not stop promoting. You have to come, especially a company like AEW. Fucking WWE been out for like what 2,000 years. That's a lot of promoting you gotta fucking make up for.
Yeah, and you got to remember too, he's got to build a roster for ROH too. With some of this AEW talent they're so
Yeah, and
overflowed.
he want to do everything himself. And it's like, my
What?
dude, you're gonna burn
Uh-huh.
yourself out.
Yeah, no, he's starting to
Yeah.
spread out. He's starting to spread out his responsibilities to other people now. They had a thing recently.
Oh, then okay, that's good. Yeah, because
Yo,
come on, my dude, knock it off. You can't sit there and talk
yo,
shit about Vince and want to do the same thing.
yo,
Yeah,
you really want to flip wrestling world upside down? People might think I'm crazy for this, but if I was a writer, I would go up in Tony Khan's office and like, look, you need to listen to me. You want to make a big impact on a pay-per-view and throw something that you ain't never expected? Make Dustin Rhodes finally get something he awfully deserved, a world title. The boy can
Mm.
still work at his age. We're not saying he needs to be a 7-month champion, but you mean to tell me don't give him a title shot, period?
Here's the thing about that. Because you already know that's a double-edged sword. There's gonna be people that's gonna like it, but there's definitely gonna be people that's gonna hate that. And
Who's
who will
not
put
gonna
them
like it? The
over?
wrestlers or the fans? Because
Both.
the fans. No, I think the wrestlers would be down for that.
Yeah, the
If
rest is
any,
more so. Yeah, the wrestlers may not mind as much, but who would put them over?
Yeah. No, no. What Scott said, that's not a bad point. But I would wait till Cody wins like one of the WWE titles, then have Dustin win, and then Dustin shows up on Raw, brother versus brother, title versus title. Let's go to war.
that will never happen. I don't think
and
that'll
that
ever
and,
happen.
and that's when you see a snowflake in hell.
Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
would be fucking war.
You
Whoa,
better
man.
off Tank. You better off Tank. Hooking up with a dude with that stupid comment he made a couple of years ago. You know what I'm talking
Well,
about, Tank
whoa.
the singer.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You're not gave you smoke a tool.
Yeah.
We all know Tank is a weirdo, but there's neither here nor there. Who remembers Tank Abbott? 3 count.
But I'm still stuck on this title unification on TV.
Yeah.
He's trying to
On
pop a
TV.
rating.
Trying to
Like,
pop a
who
rating.
knows? Maybe TBS is trying to. Maybe TBS is telling them like, look, maybe y'all gotta do something because we didn't get a million. What did I say? We had over a million.
I don't know. A couple weeks ago, I think it was like a month and a half ago, they had a rating. I think it just got over 1 million, like 1.029 or something. Forgot
With
what
a
it was.
roster like that, that is not good. It's not good. Like Tony Khan really needs to delegate with his staff or may have you, and that really asks like, yo, what the fuck am I doing wrong? He needs a marketing like, yeah, it's good that you got people that know wrestling and can write a story or may have you, but they need some marketers to teach them how to get their product out there more. Like what Toast said, like, come on, you got Britt Baker and this dude Adam Cole on Bar Rescue. I didn't even know that, and I watched Bar Rescue.
Yeah.
Like,
Did
what
you hear?
the fuck?
Did you hear the big story yesterday?
Well, what's
Well,
up?
WWE Raw and SmackDown might get moved to Netflix.
Netflix, yeah, I heard, yeah.
That's
I forgot
crazy.
about that. Yeah, I forgot to put that in my notes.
Yeah, that's a
Hold
good
on,
one.
I'm about to look that article up right now, as a matter of fact.
Honestly, that's the
Yes.
future. That's the future of wrestling is going to streaming services because like people are cutting the cable. Cable's so like out of it, People can't afford it too much. So
But
streaming's
there's
the
a
way
lot
to
of
go.
people that really don't even there's a lot of people that don't even really fuck with cable like that, especially if you
No.
have yeah, like you have streaming services and stuff,
Yeah.
or
So I think
motherfuckers
it's the
got the
future.
what's that shit? The damn
HBO Max,
the Fire
it's
Stick. Motherfuckers
Fire
got the
Stick.
Fire
Yeah.
Stick and yeah.
Yeah. So,
That shit is hacked. You get everything. You get porn and all that shit. What? Motherfuckers ain't
porn.
get cable.
Oh my God, Chris sent me that clip of Quagmire on Family Guy watching porn. I'm like, oh my God, I'm laughing. His fucking arm was so huge. You been working out? No. Like,
Let me see. I'm looking at that article right now.
yeah, that's
Oh,
not good.
excuse me.
But yeah,
Wow. I
we're
never
gonna get a
thought.
fuck finish on Wednesday. We're gonna get a fuck finish. I know. So I think MJF showing up. So
Is it rumored that he's gonna show up?
yeah, it's been rumored. It's been rumored on a lot of links on YouTube. So
Where they gonna be at next Wednesday?
I'm not sure. I know Buffalo's coming up. They got a Buffalo show coming up. I know that. That's why I think Daniel Garcia is going to be a face.
Mm.
That guy's going to be a face. Hometown pop. Oh, Cleveland. They're in
Yeah,
Cleveland.
'cause I see.
And that's crazy. That's crazy. They're in Cleveland. That's where he
Oh,
walked out on Raw. So there we go. So that's when he walked on the WWE.
Oh,
So there we go.
so do you think that's why they're doing this whole? You think this angle might be a work pertaining to Punk? Because given the
Maybe
fact that they're on their way to Cleveland,
they look into the history of
hmm,
Punk. Yeah, speculation. So
you think Tony
I
Khan? And
mean,
I wouldn't put it past Khan because Khan is, like I said, he is a mark. He is a a connoisseur of wrestling, so it won't be too fetched.
we either gonna get a
And
fuck finish
I,
with MJF, or we're gonna get CM Punk turning heel because a lot of people think he's turning heel soon. So
well, Punk, he definitely needs to turn here. Let's really be fucking real. I don't know why he's not here. Like the honeymoon is over with him being in the face and him jumping in the crowd and breaking his foot. That's over. He had his fun. Now it's time to really start. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the real asshole Punk because I'm sorry, them having a Punk on their roster and y'all can't even at least get close to 1 million every single week. There's no
mm,
excuse. Even though he's not a draw, he's not really a draw. But come on, you can at least get over 1 million.
yeah.
And
Well,
like
people.
going back to what I was saying from before, I think the main reason that they don't go over 1 million when it comes to Punk because I think he got abused during the honeymoon phase. Like if he wasn't coming down and shooting a promo, he was doing commentary. Like why did you have to do commentary? The fuck?
Mm, like I said, if he goes heel, they got Sharina Deeb there. Get Gallows and Anderson, and get the fucking Straight A Society back. Get the band back together. You know. Ugh.
Shit, but the Good Brothers on there in Impact,
Yeah, well, you can always bring them back in AEW. So.
if they still have that partnership,
Oh yeah, they do. They work with each other.
they do.
So.
I thought they stopped the partnership because AEW said they really wasn't getting nothing out the deal.
Oh well, there's talent. When there's talent, they always find a way to work things out. So.
And that's the thing that killed me. It's like, my dude, as a connoisseur of the business, Tony Khan, like, what the fuck did you expect from Impact? What do you expect to get? Like, you should have known he was gonna get nothing from Impact. You fucking mongoloid.
Exactly. And why would you make their champion look so weak with Eric Swan losing that title?
Tony Khan was probably trying to get Dixie Carter's phone number. That's what he was probably trying to
Ugh.
do. Impact.
Man, Tony Khan don't
Yo,
even look like he can.
you think Nash will Hall clap those cheeks allegedly?
Yeah, Nash
Um,
clapped those cheeks, and I think Kurt Angle clapped them cheeks too because that's how
Yeah.
his marriage went up the shits because he was always cheating and shit. I think Kurt Angle definitely hit them cheeks. Why you think he had the title so damn much?
because he was good as fuck. What do you
Besides
mean?
that, no,
I
I
mean,
mean he's good as fuck,
I think.
but
I think.
come, I think he clapped them cheeks. They
I
they
think.
there's a rumor that AJ Styles did it, but AJ Styles a Christian. He ain't cheating.
Nah, he definitely AJ Styles ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I will be very shocked if he would have did that.
I doubt Styles because he's like a loyal husband and shit like that. I mean, you get your kids tattooed on your fucking body. It's like I don't know.
What do you got, like 4 or 5 tattoos now? Like this
Yeah, I
on
think
his
I
rib,
have
on
now.
his ribs? I think it's
Shit,
on his ribs or something.
it's gonna be getting on his dick soon. It's going down. It's going lower.
Uh-huh.
He getting
Yo,
all
you
them
know what's
kids.
crazy? AJ Styles in TNA was a great thing, but would he
What's
have
going
been a
on,
super?
Tommy? Hey, Tommy.
But would he have been a super mega star if he was in the WWE in his prime?
Say that one more time.
I said AJ Styles in TNA is great because he's an original. But if he would have went to the WWE in his young prime, how much of a megastar would he have became? Would there be a John Cena?
Oh my
Would there
god.
be a Roman Reigns?
Well, I would say this.
Oh,
Around that time, I think he would have been a mid Carter because around that time, remember, you still had your Cenas, your Batistas, Shit, even JBL, like they was real big guys that was still on top of the card at that time.
Yeah, but
What's
AJ
that?
Styles was doing things in the ring that was just breathtaking. You don't
Oh
think
yeah,
the
I know
fans
that,
would have
but
took over that?
WWE wouldn't have gave a fuck. They'd have looked at him like, "Oh, you just a little midget punk."
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Vince always wanted AJ Styles, but he was loyal. Vince wanted AJ Styles. He wanted to take his. He probably
Yeah,
offered
and
AJ Styles
he would have been a
shitload of money.
cruiserweight champion. Yeah, he would have had matches with like a Gregory Helms and motherfuckers like that. I'm being serious, and there would have been some good matches, but him getting treated like a Rey Mysterio, I highly doubt it. And the only reason why Rey Mysterio had the rocket ship shoved up his asshole is because of Eddie, and because they needed to cater to that demographic when it comes to the Mexicano.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but also Ray kind of helped himself. He did hit the gym, got a little bigger,
Yeah, he did. He did.
but
He did.
I thought it was poor management when you try to put him in a ring with Mark Henry and the Great Khali. I'm like, don't do that to Ray.
You know that. Yeah, that's Vince being petty.
Like I get it, Ray's the world heavyweight champion, but keep his ass away from the Great Khali and Mark Henry.
Oh my goodness. That shit was I got that was funny TV to me. Especially with the whole May 19th shit.
Oh,
Remember when JBL was like, you said it, I did it. And then
you
Kane
know,
came out of
you,
nowhere and started
you,
wilding on Rey Mysterio.
you know what? I'm gonna go to hell for this. But when
No,
JBL
you're not. No, you're
picked
not.
up them, when JBL picked up them immigrants on the Eddie Guerrero feud, I laughed my ass off.
That shit
I
was
was
funny
on
as
fucking
hell.
laugh at that.
People
Ah.
sleep on JBL's title reign. I like JBL's title reign.
No, but I just like, damn, that's fucked up that they did them immigrants like that. Vince was sick. Like, damn, Vince, this what you be thinking about it when you at home?
Man, come on. This is the same dude that said he wanted a motorcycle gang to gang rape Bum to take his wife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is the same person that got Michael Cole hiding rapes. I laughed my ass off. I
Hiding
didn't know
rapes?
what
I
to
like that.
say.
You
I,
stupid.
I
That shit was so funny. I said, "Oh, what the hell is this?" When he had him
That's
into
my
the
friend.
boardroom.
This dude went into a church and spit holy water. There's nothing stopping Vince doing anything. I'm like, shit.
He's gonna have to answer to somebody when he leaves this earth.
Oh yeah,
Controversy,
yeah.
controversy brings millions of dollars.
I
Uh,
can't wait for Dark Side of the Ring when Vince passes away. Holy shit!
Oh God.
The
I don't
floodgates
think
are gonna
they
open.
can't. They canceled that
Yeah, I
Dark
think
Side
they
of the
did.
Ring is
Yeah,
no more.
Oh,
Vince.
they'll
Yeah,
bring
that's
it
like
back for this one. They'll bring it back for one more episode.
Nah, after after that New Jack documentary, they was like, no more, man, no more. New
nah.
Jack.
I think really the one that caused the most heat was the plane ride from hell.
Yeah, the
That
plan right
caught a
from hell.
lot of heat.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that exposed the business. Like,
that and they
damn,
didn't want any of the
Vince,
wrestlers doing podcasts or interviews and shit like that. They're like, no, you can't talk.
your entire career was nothing but sex scandals that went on. And then we hear about Vince having private meetings in the front of the plane. You getting some of Trish
Word.
status. And
Yeah.
Victor, yo, like when I found out that he had some more settlements in 2012, I was like, wow. I'm thinking about Caitlyn. I know he couldn't touch Michelle
Yo, do
McCool
a
because
deep
Vince.
dive on that. You should do that. You should do that, Scott. You might be onto something with the yeah. If he's there's finances that's missing when it comes to 2012.
Yeah,
You should do
yeah,
due diligence on that. I'm gonna do my due diligence on that too. You might be on to something.
I guarantee
and
you that woman, that Ashley was the one that committed suicide, was probably involved with Vince or something. It wouldn't shock
no,
me.
well the
Or
no
Laurinaitis and shit.
that the Ashley incident was the ultimate cover up because, for one, which they never see, what they failed to realize is WWE failed to do their job. Because one thing I have experienced, I've been in the military. If they find out that a service member sexually assaulted somebody, CID will shut the case down, will shut the base down. There will be an automatic investigation. They will be arrested. They will get court-martialed, and they will be prosecuted, found guilty. Vince covered that shit up. He said he did not want to break the relationship with them in the military. But in the case, if you technically look at it, you made the military look very bad because a service member did rape her. And on top of that, you didn't allow the military to do their investigation as they should.
Yeah, didn't he pimp off the divas to the troops and all that? Isn't that allegedly what was going
It
on around that
it
time?
it was a
Yeah.
tribute to the troops in Camp Buren, Kuwait. She wasn't feeling good. She was dehydrated. So what they did was they took her to an aid station. An aid station is pretty much a small company level, battalion level medical facility. You can't really do a lot of stuff on them. They'll treat you for like heat exhaustion and stuff like that. So what happened was the shit bag of the soldier made a female soldier guard the door, and he's a medic. While that was going on, he proceeded to inject her with some type of anesthetic that will make her pass out. And
Oh
while she's
wow.
dehydrated, he proceeded to fondle her, and on top of that, he had sex with her.
Jeez.
And there was DNA all over it. What
And the
happened
female
was,
was actually guarding the door for this.
yep,
That's just insanity.
and
Yeah.
what happened was there was a WWE executive that ran in because they was looking for accountability, found out what happened, reported it to Vince McMahon. They had an emergency meeting with Bruce Pritchard, Vince McMahon, Pat Patterson, and Vince McMahon offered to say, "Hey, let me talk to Ashley." He told her to act like that shit never happened.
Yeah.
That's part of the
Mm.
hush money that he probably gave her.
Mm.
And then they fired her and slandered her name.
Yeah.
And remember,
And then she
Ashley couldn't
probably,
say Ashley
yeah,
could never say anything because it was confidential. That case
yeah.
was sealed.
She was
But
probably,
But it
she was
says right,
probably gonna
okay.
say something. She got murdered. She got Benoit.
But
if she would
okay,
have
I pulled up
if she would
the
have
Divas
reported it
roster.
to the
Go ahead, go ahead,
DOD,
go ahead.
there's no statute of limitations for rape in the military sector.
You serious?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
There's a colonel who got arrested 15 years later that he did something. He had to serve, no, retired. He retired 30 years later, got arrested. They put him back in service to get him court-martialed, and now he's serving federal time.
Good.
That's what's up. That's what's
Good.
up.
So yeah, there's no statute of
I
limitations
never knew
for
that.
rape.
Nah,
Yeah,
there
but
shouldn't
in
be.
this case, Ashley took her life, so you can't follow the case unless there's a
Yeah.
private investigator that knows something about the incident and reports it.
Yeah.
But
She
here's the
allegedly
thing, though.
took her life.
Go ahead, Nate. Go ahead, Nate.
No, I was gonna say she allegedly took her life. She probably was gonna spill the beans, and then she got Benoit in her
Oh
fucking
yeah, you
house.
did say that. But here's the
Yeah.
thing. You said that was around 2012.
Yeah, what yeah, it was around that time.
Because I pulled up according to Google on the Divas roster in 2012. There was Alicia Fox, Beth Phoenix, Brie Bella, Eve
I thought it was
Torres,
later.
Kelly
She
Kelly, Karma, Layla, and Maurice.
I thought it was
she
later,
got
like 2007 or 6.
yeah,
But she
so it
came
happened
later.
around 2007 and they got rid of her They
Yeah.
fired her at around 2009.
Okay,
But
yeah,
for
I was about
other
to
money.
say because in 2012, Ashley wasn't on the roster.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, but she wanted to say something. Then all of a sudden, in 2012, they buried a hatchet. She made a public apology, and now they're good friends. Now I think he gave her some money, but that was too much for her to handle, and she killed herself.
Money, money, money.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Give me some money. I'll shut the fuck up. Where's my hush money?
Y'all know if it's I don't know if it's 2007 either, because she wasn't on the roster at that time either. You had Candice
Nope.
Michelle, you had Jillian Hall, you had Lita, Melina, Mickey James, Tori Wilson, and Stratusfaction.
And I think Vince had a little thing with Kansas Michelle. He had a little. That was like the first redhead chick that he liked with some big old titties. I
Yeah,
Shit,
she
thought she
was a
was
Jillian
diva.
Hall
hot.
had some big old bitch. Jillian Hall tits was mad big.
She was
Her,
in WWE
Melina.
from 2005 to 2008.
Okay, there
Yeah.
you go. Okay, 2005, 2000. So why the fuck she's not even? According to Google, she's not even on the roster of
Well, Google's
Ashley.
not always right, you know. The Google machine's not
Yeah,
always.
yeah. Okay. Bums.
Oh
I
yeah.
wonder what Toph is at. What Toph still at work or something? Probably might
Probably
still
at
be at
work.
work or something.
Probably the white van got him. Fucking Joe kidnapped him.
Yo, you kill me with the ninjas.
The ninjas.
Them damn ninjas ain't no joke.
Jeez.
So did anybody watch SmackDown?
No.
Nah, I didn't get a chance. There's supposed to be a barn burner at Clash of the Castle. You're gonna have Gunther versus Sheamus. They just gonna beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
When's that?
that's
Next
gonna
week?
be a real physical match. Real
When's
physical.
that? When's that show?
I
September
think
4th.
Oh, okay. The four. Okay,
No,
I'll check it
September
out.
1st. My bad.
yeah,
Cause
September 1st, yeah, that's Saturday. That's
Yeah.
next Saturday.
I
No,
guess
that's next
Roman's
not
dropping one of the
two,
titles.
2 weeks, excuse me. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
the bullshit is that I gotta work. I'm like, oh come on. Because
oh yeah,
I
September
definitely
1st is
wanted to
gonna
do
be
a watch party with you guys.
that pay-per-view is gonna be on a Friday, so that shit's gonna happen like at 12 o'clock because
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a Friday. Oh, I thought it was a
yeah,
Saturday.
Friday.
no, All
No.
Out is Sunday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
So
fun weekend of wrestling, man.
so that's gonna be the first battle to see who got the edge. Is it gonna be Clash of the Castle teaming up against All Out? Because I think people might fall asleep on All Out if that shit's really 5 hours for a damn pay-per-view. I couldn't watch that shit for no five
Yeah, like
hours.
that's the other thing with Tony Khan. Yo, he's doing too much with that shit. Oh man, like what was the last pay per view? Like 5 hours? I think like 5 or 6
Five
hours.
hours.
Like yo,
You gotta
my
Punk
remember
didn't
too.
win.
man,
You gotta
Punk
put
remember
the
these
didn't
pay
win
per
the
crack
views.
pipe
title.
down.
Punk
Yeah.
didn't win the title until 12:45. I said
Yeah.
I
It was
can't
like
watch
12:30. I
this shit.
left. Yeah, I left at like 12:30.
Like nobody likes wrestling that much.
You got to remember
I,
too. These pay per views are $49, so he's trying to make them worth the money. You know. So.
I
But the
get
bullshit
that,
is
but
that they don't have like
yeah,
all four presentations. They should have all four presentations like how the pay per views used to be, like old school pay per views. Like you could watch that shit all night, maybe all week. How the
Yeah.
shit
uh-huh.
is watching that shit? You asked out of luck.
I think if you order on the Fight TV one, you could do a replay for free or Bleacher Report. I think the replay is free. You get a
I
replay.
gotta look into that because I tried to do
It's
that from
free.
No,
before.
they charge you to pay for Bleacher Report. The only thing they
Oh,
show
the
for
replay.
free is the pregame, is the pre-show.
Oh no,
But
no, I'm saying if you order the pay per view, don't you get a replay for free and you can watch it later? Or no?
nah, I'm
Order
gonna
it.
give y'all the
Oh,
secret.
that is mad whack. That's what I'm
Look,
talking about.
look up Stream to Watch.
Yeah.
You could have put that in the back chat. You trying to get motherfuckers taken down.
I watch
Oh my bad.
bootleg anyways. I watch bootleg.
I
Yeah,
missed
put that in
I
a,
missed
when
the
it comes to
I'm
street. Put the
I
streams
missed
in
the
the
old
back
days.
chat so I could, just don't say we be wilding on this platform.
I
Remember the
missed the
cable
old days
TV?
of watching it
Remember
on
the
the
black
squiggly
box?
lines.
Remember the
Hell
black box?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Scott, you remember that? That was like a Bronx. That's like a Bronx favorite. Everybody had a hot box.
I had a hot box just for the wrestling pay-per-views. I remember they're doing a Mike Tyson fight. So the cable company was smart. They put an ad in for a free T-shirt, and they fucking busted everybody for stealing the show because that was a fake ad. You called the number, you got busted.
I'm not even gonna lie.
And
I missed
pray
I
out.
missed the hot
What,
box.
Scott?
I
What?
missed the hot box. I was a loyal fan of the Spice Channel.
Yeah, I used to watch that all the time.
Yo, I had Spice. I had softcore porn.
Nah, it was Spice was it. After 10 o'clock, they showed everything, even the money shot.
Move.
I was watching one time. It was a mailman. He came over and he goes, "Oh, ma'am, you're a little short on your postage." She goes, "Oh, I don't know what to do." And they start having sex on the mail truck, and I'm like,
Well, you don't watch that. You don't watch it for the storyline.
I know, but still, I could write porn. It's like, come on.
Yeah. And once you heard that funky music, it was.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Like a motherfucker come through with the pizza, like, hey, ma'am, I have your pizza right here with extra sausage.
Extra sausage.
I swear to God, today's porn is just straight, no acting, no nothing. I'm like, damn, West Coast production, she just sucking the dick after 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Like,
West
damn,
Coast
girl.
Productions don't be wasting no time. Bitch be butt ass naked. She's like, yeah, WCP.com and just start fucking deep throating.
Can I get a storyline? Shit.
I'm sorry, pizza man. Can you break $100 bill? Sure, baby.
Chicka wow.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I used to get pissed off when Mr. Marcus popped up. I'm like, if you don't take that stupid ass hat off, the fuck.
Yeah, he took it back. But speaking of porn and wrestling, did you ever watch any of China's porn?
I saw a couple of it. I saw the one with Sean Wallman, the sex tape with Sean Wallman.
Some of the movies were cringe. I ain't gonna lie. Some of the movies were cringe.
Yeah, I think the She-Hulk or the She-Hulk one. I took a gander at it. I'm like, she looked like she was about to just start crying. Like, I'm like, that shit was a sad fucking film. I'm like, damn, bitch. Like,
the Sunny one's funny. She had dirty feet. Dirty feet, Sunny.
Yeah, yo, I took a gander at that too. I'm like, yo, damn, Sonny, like, you look crazy out here. I remember from before, like, remember, she was like the baddest bitch in the early 90s.
Yeah,
and when she did that porn, she put mayonnaise on both sides of the bread.
Like you said, Triple H karma's coming soon. I think Stephanie gonna find one of these young studs like Austin Theory and let him smash.
Oh boy.
But damn, you don't think his karma already came? Like, damn, he got a robotic heart for sake. Like, what more do you want to give him?
Nah, that wasn't karma. That was history of wrestling. Yeah,
I heard there was like it's part of his genetics that he got a bad heart.
Probably.
And here's the thing: you're lucky to see a wrestler live past 60 years old. Like Shawn Michaels, his clock might be ticking because he's 57.
Yeah,
he might not live too long.
Like somebody died in Triple H's family young, his sister or brother from heart issue.
Yeah, because his family suffered from heart murmurs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what, R? That's probably what Batista was talking about. Give me what I want, Hunter. I want your wife.
Yeah, give me what I want.
Stupid.
Come on. Batista was known for messing with other wrestlers' wives and girlfriends. Look at Johnny Nitro.
Yeah.
That's only one Melina. Yeah, like he was out there just throwing his cock on all them bitches. Like, he only fucked Melina.
He was probably banging Vicky Guerrero too. You never know.
Hey, that's probably why.
Nah, niggas used to sleep on Vicky. Vicky was bad at a certain point.
During the Dolph Ziggler time, she could have.
Yeah, she was fucking bad.
But you know what? That's probably why Booker T whooped that ass, because I think he probably said something smart about Charmel.
I wouldn't have slutty, beastie sex with your wife, Booker. Yo, you already know the vibes. Scott, just hit the link. You know, I guess Scott has stepped outside. I see you, Scott.
Yeah, I was about to say he probably said something slick about Charmel too. You know, Booker didn't play that shit.
Yeah, like, I think that's isn't that the reason? The reason why him and Batista got into it wasn't over Charmel.
No. I don't think it was just Charmel. Batista said ain't nobody in the locker room would step up to him. He's like, I'll
Yeah.
fucking beat your ass. The fuck out of here. Because you know when he became the champion and was the centerpiece of Smackdown, he was really feeling himself.
Mm.
He got real cocky.
Remember, he was a Superman in SmackDown. That's what they used to call him. That was a fun time of wrestling though when they put SmackDown on Batista's back. That was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, John Cena, he was just starting to get ready to bury all of Raw. Another thing too, like motherfuckers think I'm a Cena hater. I'm far from that. I used to love Cena. Like I bought the motherfucker's album for Christ's sake.
I
Like
think
I used
people
to
got
fuck with Cena heavy.
I
It's
think
just
people
that
got
they
pissed
went
off with Cena.
overboard.
I think people got pissed off with Cena when he fucking choked out Umaga. Like Umaga should have been the champion.
And it made him look unstoppable. Yeah, it did make Umaga look like this real monster. Like, yo, he had to get to a point where he got to rip off the top rope to choke the dude out. I understand that, yeah. But he still should have ran with that belt. This dude Umaga was basically that next fucking animal, that animal heel that we needed because we was already on that John Cena high and it
And
was
he had
wearing down.
Armando Estrada as his manager.
Yeah.
Vince said he hated
Espérate,
Armando.
espérate. My
Excuse me.
name is Armando Alejandro Estr.
That was my favorite line. I tuned on Raw just to watch Armando get on TV.
Yeah.
Good old days. We look
William
like we
Regal.
lost our.
Umanga.
So William Regal, he was supposed to be world heavyweight champion. That he got caught with them steroids, and that
Yeah.
killed his push. Mr. Sandman, Mr. Sandman.
Matt Johnson
Are
was
you
supposed to be
back on the
WWF
show, Mr. Sandman?
champion. He got
Would
injured.
you come back right now, Mr. Sandman? Are you
What's
there?
your second? Give me a second. Shoot, open up.
Triple
Mr.
H.
Sandman?
Give me
Watch out for
one
the
second.
glizzies, Mr. Sandman.
You know, the biggest thing that still pissed me off about Cena was Mark Henry. Mark Henry should have won the world title.
1 2 1 2.
Yeah, that was some fuck
Yeah.
shit with the Mark Henry.
That retirement speech, that should have won him the world title.
Yeah. Prime example.
That should have won him the title.
That got me
That,
out of my
like,
seat
come
when he did
on.
that. I was rooting. I was like, I understand this is a skit, but I was actually cheering for Mark Henry in that match. I'm like, Mark, beat that motherfucker. And what they do, not only they made Mark Henry lose, but you made him tap out.
Mhm.
Tap out.
Dad.
Like, fuck that dude Cena when it came to that, man. Really.
I got plenty left in the tank.
Right?
Yeah.
That had people pumped. Because we all
then-
thought Mark Henry was going to retire.
And then he had that's what I do one-time
Yeah.
liner. Come on.
Yeah.
It was like the House of Pain. Like the House of Pain thing.
Monster Mark Henry versus Brock Lesnar would have been sold out.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Nobody would have been upset if Brock Lesnar beat him for the title because they'd be like, yo, this is a barn burner. But
That
no.
one in the Nexus angle pissed me off with Cena too. Nexus should have went over SummerSlam.
Yeah. We all can agree when it comes to that. We all can agree.
That fucking pissed me off. Those are the two biggest things with Cena.
Yeah, man. Like he
but
just
you
he crushed a
but you
lot
let
of
an
careers
unknown
for no
Oh,
reason.
Bray. Yeah, Bray's
but
number
he
3.
allowed an
Wasn't it? I
unknown
don't think Bray.
Sheamus to beat him for the title. Get the fuck out.
Well, I don't care about evil Ronald McDonald. Just famous.
What the whole Sheamus thing? I understand where he was going with it to try to create some shock value, and then you had Jesse Ventura there. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like he basically passing the torch to Sheamus, basically saying he's that next star. I understand them doing that because remember, didn't he this dude Sheamus won like a battle royal or something to to go against Cena, and
But
this
he
dude Jesse
but he only
Ventura
been
was
with the
there to
company for a
one of
month.
the special GMs or
Yeah,
interim GMs.
but he been with the company for only a month. That didn't make sense. That was like them giving Alberto Del Rio, we ain't gonna mention his punk ass name, the title so early.
Del Burrito.
Yeah, he's a fucking moron.
Yeah, they call him a disgrace in Mexican wrestling.
Like he really played. That's another dude that played himself. Like it's that cocaina allegedly.
Cocaino.
But the hell with that. We still mad at Velveteen Dream. He could have been a champion.
Yeah, just imagine a Velveteen Dream versus a Roman Reigns at this point in time. What?
With them mind games, hell yeah.
That shit would have been on the money. Like this
And
dude was really like, the Prince, like, Taft Cap, the artist formerly known as Prince, a wrestling
and
version of Prince.
and they had to pull the trigger and give him the title because the pride community would have been supporting his ass. And if you get the pride community supporting you, you gonna make triple the money.
And imagine him customizing the belt. Like make the heavyweight belt look purple or something. That would have been crazy. And that would have been a new accessory to put on the WWE shop to make even more money.
Yep.
He's a
Yeah,
fucking airhead.
we wouldn't have been talking about Kofi Kingston or anything like that.
Oh, I just
Because
thought of
when
a
he
t-shirt.
no, my bad. Kofi Kingston already had the title. No?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
already had
did.
the title.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry.
did.
I just thought of a t-shirt. I cream with the dream. That's a t-shirt for Velveteen Dream back in the
Pause.
day. Pat Patterson would have been like, yeah.
Yeah, Patty would have loved that shirt.
When I first seen Velveteen Dream when he first came out, I couldn't get with him because he was doing all that extra shit in the ring. But then he grew on me after that match with um Ricochet when it was Dennis Rodman versus Joe Budden.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Dude, I loved it when Karl Malone fucking diamond cut Mr. Perfect, man. He sold it so great.
Oh yeah,
Yo, Karl Malone didn't do a bad job, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
People said Karl Malone was the baddest motherfucker in the NBA. They was like he was just
Hell yeah, the
ungodly.
mailman.
They say he was stronger than Shaq.
Yeah, you don't fuck with Karl Malone. He was
Yeah, they was going through wars. The Jazz and the Magic. They were rivals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaq said he couldn't stand going up against Karl Malone because
Hmm
he couldn't back him down like everybody else. Karl Malone was like 6'9", 250 pounds, chiseled. And I
And
was
you
like,
know what's the
damn,
main thing? Malone could actually shoot a free throw too. That's why he hated
Yeah.
yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, that Karl Malone and Diamond Dallas Page versus Hogan and Rodman, I was a little mad at that match. Like, come on now. This is a
Man,
shit
you know how
show.
much money WCW wired from that shit?
Yeah, they made a lot of money, but still,
Man.
that's when I started to see the cracks in WCW. I was like, all right, they losing steam.
Shit.
Well, a lot of people didn't like WCW when they bought in like Kevin Green. They're giving him like $500,000, and then you got guys that are getting like 100,000 working all year. So, but
And look here,
Mm.
they gave Steve McMichaels a title
Yeah.
shot, and he's the
Yeah.
worst wrestler of all time.
Yeah,
I don't
yo,
have an
shouts
issue.
go out to him. Shouts go out to Stephen Mike.
Yeah, he's still fighting
Yeah,
the fight.
man. It's sad. It's really sad. You know, shouts go out to
Honestly,
him. And,
why would you let
man,
someone still live that long with that type of illness? I'd rather die. I'm sorry.
yeah, I get a lot. Me too. Like, cross my heart. My God, man.
Between
Mm-mm-mm.
him, I don't know which was worse, him or Paul Orndorff's was bad too. I forgot what he
Yeah,
died of.
that dementia is no joke.
Yeah. Like I was saying before about Kevin Green getting $500,000. I don't have an issue with someone getting a lot of money to come in and work, as long as you bring back the revenue and more. You know?
Yeah, of
Well,
course. Like
Ted Turner,
going back to Punk.
Ted Turner had the money.
That circles back to Punk, my dude. Like, for you to be feeling yourself, you're in the past. You need to start being more humble now, sir.
Use your star power to let people get over. They gonna love you regardless. No, it's gotta be about CM Punk. Do you know CM Punk lost only one match, and that was because he faced MJF? That's it.
And which he should have lost to MGF, but he also should have lost to Eddie Kingston too. Punk did not need to win that feud.
Savio Vega 2.0.
Let me
That's right.
tell you, Punk and Eddie Kingston, they hate each other, and I guess Punk said, I'm not gonna lose to him."
Yeah.
And Eddie Kingston had to swallow his pride because he's 40 years old, he got a wife to feed, and he had to take that bullet. But like I said, put the title on Eddie Kingston. That would drive AEW fans crazy. I'm not saying keep him. He don't need to have no 300 title
No,
reign.
hell no. I'll give him
300
2
day,
months. I'll give him. Matter of fact, not 2 months. Excuse me, because their
2 months.
pay-per-view
Yeah,
schedule is different than WWE's. They do
Put
like a pay-per-view at the end of every quarterly.
yeah. Give him one pay-per-view, one title defense that he losing on the second pay-per-view.
the title on Orange Cassidy. The fucking dude got a pop in the bathroom.
You want me to shut the TV off for Eddie?
No, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I mean, the dude
Nah,
got a
the
pop
ship
in the toilet.
the ship that sailed with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah,
They
I
should
know.
have
It's
been
pretty much.
pulled. They should have
Yeah.
been pulled the trigger on Cassidy.
He's got
It's
a
a
cool
wrap for
theme
him, and
song
that's
now.
sad. Because I
And
really
what
think
the
when he was making waves in internet, you know what I mean, people was really a little interested in AEW. Even
and
like
what
people was coming to me because they knew that I watched wrestling, and people would come to me and say like, "Yo, who's this dude that have his hands in his pockets? This is white dude that have his hands in his pocket." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's his name was Orange Cassidy." And just for them bringing him up, just a casual watcher, that's big for their business, and that's what I'm talking about with Tony Khan. Not only he doesn't promote regularly. He only promotes on the streets. Let me take that back. He only promotes on the streets. He should do more than that. He don't know when to strike when the iron is hot.
exactly? Just like this North something title. Why Pac ain't on TV? What was the point of making that title if you ain't gonna have
He's
him
hurt.
wrestle?
Yeah, Pac is hurt. He's
Well,
hurt,
everybody
and
getting hurt.
this dude is hurt. What's his name again? My dude, Alistair Black. They both hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're going for the trio titles, aren't they? I thought Pac and the other two guys were going for the titles. Trio.
The Death Triangle.
That triangle, yeah.
That's the other thing about AEW. It's way too much fucking titles.
Yeah. They got too much
I've
of
been
a
saying that
roster.
shit when they came out with the fucking the CBS title for the bitches. I'm like, yo, this is not needed.
It's not
If
because
everybody has a fucking belt, who's gonna fucking care in the grand scheme of things? Everybody's
everybody
gonna have a
that
fucking belt. It's gonna look like
and,
costume jewelry.
and everybody that Jay Cargill beat is jobbers.
Pretty
They
much.
So
tried.
remember, they did the same thing with Goldberg. Let's not forget about that.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
Goldberg.
That was different though.
No, it's
The only
not.
guy,
Because
Goldberg's the
No,
only
it's not.
wrestler. Goldberg's the only wrestler that's like 50-0 on Nitro, and then the following week he's 72-0. What the fuck? He won 22
Right?
matches in a week. It's like what?
he was
What?
in backyard wrestling during that time.
Yeah, he's playing guys
But the
in bars
wrestlers
and
he
shit.
beat, the wrestlers he beat had a little bit credibility. He beat Raven. He beat the Big Slow. He
Yeah.
beat
The wrestlers he beat, you could count on like one hand that had legitimacy.
Remember,
Hogan, this dude, a bum show,
Diamond Dallas Page.
remember when Regal
and
almost pushed
Bret
his shit
Hart.
in? Remember when Regal pushed Goldberg's shit in that match? He wasn't taking his shit.
Oh yeah, I was watching that match.
That was
Here's the
good.
thing with that match. I don't think Goldberg did that bad of a job. Like,
No.
just that Regal made him work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bischoff was pissed off about that. That's why he fired him.
Yeah, because he wanted him to just dominate Regal. And it's like, I understand you trying to put Goldberg over, cool. Like it's just dominant monster. But wouldn't it be cool if you could see a different aspect of his craft? Like he's
Goldberg
not
said
Exactly.
he
only
wasn't.
a powerful, destructive force, he can also be
Gold,
technical too.
Yep.
Goldberg said he wasn't mad at that. He wanted wrestlers to wrestle him stiff. Did you ever
Yeah.
watch him and Scott Steiner? They were throwing real blows at each other.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff didn't like it. He had enough of Regal. He said, "You're fired."
But fuck Goldberg though. He took part of squashing a few motherfuckers like a Kevin Owens or like a Fiend. Fuck Goldberg.
Yeah, that Kevin Owens shit. Yeah,
Like
I'm
how
mad
he
at that
destroyed
too.
Kevin Owens, man. Kevin Owens didn't recover from that.
Yeah.
He really didn't. And then not only that, Roman Reigns made the fucking wound even worse. When he had that beef with Roman Reigns, what was it like last year, 2 years ago?
I'm not even gonna
This
lie.
dude was putting on stellar matches with Roman Reigns.
The
And so
Goldberg Braun
yeah.
Strowman match was absolutely horrible. That was one of the worst title matches in history.
Yeah.
And who believed Braun Strowman as Universal Champion? His goofy ass.
I
Nobody,
can't.
because he been booked like a moron before then. Remember, he had beef with Shane McMahon with the whole which way did he go? Which way did he go? Storyline.
I
The
guarantee.
fuck?
I guarantee Snuggles would have said that Saudi Arabia match with Goldberg and Undertaker was 5-star.
Of
Guarantee.
course he
God.
would. He tried to hop. Matter of fact, yo, one more time we got left. Let me hit this motherfucker up. Like, bring your punk ass up here because whatever happened to the whole no, the reason why NXT people was getting buried is because they didn't fit the mold or what may have you.
No,
Where
Vince,
you
Vince
at
didn't
now?
like him. Vince didn't like him.
Even Kevin Nash said that, like, nah, like, come on. All you gotta do is watch the fucking show.
Yeah, Vince did
Alistair
not
Black.
fight.
Alistair Black alone, how you fuck that up?
Yeah.
You call Alistair Black up. Okay, you had Alistair Black and Ricochet as a tag team. You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing. And it's like they wasn't even that much of a tag team. They just happened to be a tag team during the Dusty Classic. That's neither here nor there. And then you just randomly split them up. And then you had Ricochet on some, I don't even know. Y'all just had Ricochet just lost in the shuffle doing random shit. He only had that one moment when he beat Samoa Joe for the US belt. And then you fucking put Alistair Black in a fucking janitor's closet begging to fight people. Oh, I'm looking for competition. I'm looking for competition. My dude, you're not gonna find no competition in the fucking janitor's closet. Get the fuck out of there and go to the ring or something. Like, what are we doing here with Alistair Black? And then after that, you made him the Dark Father. And I was like, oh, I like that, the Dark Father. That sounds hot. And then
Even with
next thing you know, they release him. I'm like, yo, what the
yeah.
fuck?
Even with Karrion Kross, they fucked it up too. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Peace,
Had him looking
peace.
like a Spartan.
The Spartan,
Yeah.
yeah.
They just do motherfucking looking like a kinky version of Demolition.
Yeah, Demolition, yeah. Jesus.
Peace, 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 God, peace, God. What's up, Malik?
Alexa Bliss, biggest fan right here.
All right, peace and blessings to the panel. How y'all doing? What's up, brother Sam, man? What's up, Nate? What's up, Scott?
Good.
Hey,
Life is great, man. What's up?
Hey, look, I missed Rampage tonight because I went out to the store. So, what happened on the show?
I didn't watch it.
Well, basically, we wasn't talking about SmackDown or Rampage.
Yeah, I saw SmackDown. Unfortunately, SmackDown was.
Oh, what happened on SmackDown? Go ahead.
No, it wasn't much. At the end, in the main event, all you had was a Roman Reigns come out there talking, and then McIntyre came out there. They fought a little bit to go off the air. It was in Sami Zayn's hometown, so of course, he got the biggest pop of the night for the first time because it's his hometown.
Did he have a match?
Yeah, he was in a fatal thing, but basically he got beat up. It was a fatal thing.
Yo, why do you keep doing that to Sami Zayn, man? Like, okay,
he ain't no
like
draw.
it's enough. It's like, okay, listen, he's a comedic character, but come on now, enough. He's been the same for like 3 years.
Well, basically, he's been treated like a comedic idiot. Basically, that's what he was treated like.
Yeah, like enough. Like, come on, this dude can actually go in the ring.
Maybe so, but even Triple H with his new regime can't see that. See, others getting more.
No, I want to go there. Hold on, I want to go there. Because you got to remember, he still got to iron shit out. You still got to let storylines flow.
Look,
you can't just randomly just have this dude beat up the whole bloodline by itself the following week. It don't work like that.
No, well,
you got to let shit flow.
Sami Zayn is trying to join the bloodline. He keep wearing a shirt and he taking bullets, but I don't think they give a shit about him anyway. But anyway.
I'm saying that. This is what I was saying. I was saying that.
Yeah.
You got like Triple H got to let storylines flow because, like, yes, Triple H he's in the mix now, or he's running the mix now. You can't just have this dude Sami Zayn just start wilding on all the bloodline, just like that, beating up the bloodline by himself, even though he could go in the ring. You gotta let shit flow naturally. But it's like you see the frustration. Yeah, you see the frustration. Yeah.
I want to see Gunther with
Sami
that.
Zayn's not gonna beat up the bloodline. He's trying to join them anyway. Toxic Attraction was introduced because they beat Natalya and
Sonya Deville. They came up to the main roster.
Yep, they won that.
Okay.
They put them in the tag team tournament, the women's tag team tournament, and they beat Natalya and Sonya Deville.
Okay.
And then Shotzi had a match with Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan won that. Oh, Ronda Rousey opened up the show, but she got arrested, taken out in handcuffs.
I'm loving what they're doing. Go ahead, Scott.
Liv Morgan in the match.
Oh boy.
How much did she trash?
Liv Morgan, it wasn't much to speak of, but it was a match nonetheless. Like I said,
he's on Liv Morgan's heels.
I don't like Liv Morgan either. Just like I don't like Alexa Bliss, but that's just me.
I'm gonna get going, guys, but I'll talk to you next week.
What's up, man? All
right, Nate.
Take
care. Have a good weekend, guys.
You too.
Likewise. Take it easy.
Yeah, I definitely believe it's time for Shayna Baszler.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, after the match, Shayna Baszler came out and beat her up.
I'm afraid of that.
Yeah, I know a website where I can watch a Rampage on the replay, so I'll watch it. I'll watch it later, man. I need to start watching the She-Hulk. That premiered yet?
So it came out already? She-Hulk?
Yeah, episode 1. Yeah, I need to watch that.
Okay.
I need to watch a lot of shit because I need to watch the Loki series, the Falcon Winter Soldier series.
Yeah, I got a lot of catching up to do also. Like,
the only thing I watched is a WandaVision, which was all right.
I didn't even start watching that yet.
Yeah, I saw that. It's all right. At first, when you look at it, it looks stupid because it's like this doesn't make sense. But then when you watch it, then it starts making sense because it's not what it seems.
Did
anybody watch Prey yet?
Is that Predator? Is that the new Predator series? I didn't watch it yet.
It's a Predator sequel. I watched part of it because you can watch it. I know where to watch it for free online. I'm trying to download it because I just got to turn back on my Surfshark.
What is it on? What streaming service is on?
Hulu? It's on Hulu, yeah. But what it is, you can watch since it's been released. You can watch it anywhere. If you find it, what you got to do is you got to find like free movie sites. You can watch it on there for free. I know several.
Just put it in the back chat. Don't say them on here. Just don't say them.
Yeah, I can put them. Actually, I can put them in the Facebook chat also.
Yeah, you can do that also. Yeah, yeah. I gotta invite to the group chat too on Facebook. Because we be having a group chat, and I forgot. It's up to you if you want to join our group chat.
Since this is not wrestling, are you ready for Patrick Mahomes to get
You,
exposed this season?
no, hold on, wait, hold on. You didn't hear what I asked you? You didn't hear what I asked you, Scott?
No.
No, I was asking if you wanted to join our group chat. It's up because we have a group chat on Facebook. I was asking if you wanted to join.
No, not right now, man. I got enough notification as it is, driving me
All
crazy.
right, all
Oh,
right,
Scott,
cool.
are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Oh, I don't think I have you then. You can send me
You
your.
missed it, man. I was going in on people, on dudes playing soft R&B music and talking about they listen to Tank. Like, you need to keep that to yourself, homie. I have nothing wrong with you listening to R&B music, but don't be telling people, yeah, I listen to Tank on my days off when I want to wind down. Like, bruh, what you doing?
Hey, Scott, what's your name on Facebook? Or put it in the back chat. So I can friend request you. I'm Malik Shabazz on Facebook.
I see you going in on your podcast show.
Okay.
No, shit, we lost. We
You already had.
lost Ledoin.
Oh,
It's all
okay.
good. Like Ledoin know to hit the link. Yeah. So did you see the title of the show? Basically talking about you can hear me, Malik.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Basically about this dude Tony Khan needs to fucking grow some cojones when it comes to CM Punk. On his entitlement shit. CM Punk over there acting like a Karen. I'm about to call CM Punk the AEW Karen. You heard it here first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
CM Punk is tripping.
Hey, look.
Yeah, like basically like it was to the point where Tony Khan was gonna fire this dude Cole Cabana because CM Punk to get along with him.
Yeah, no. Well, CM Punk, he went off on Heyman Adam Page. Y'all see that shit? That promo?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, do you have any idea why he just randomly did that? Is it random or am I tripping?
No. Apparently, him and Heyman Page were doing when they were doing their feud storyline. They didn't see eye to eye or something, and it's like it got under Punk's skin. So that's
Because
what.
I heard it wasn't scheduled. Like the promo was
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, but see, there's history
yeah,
there.
it was off the cuff, and he basically just went out there and did it, and he never suffered no repercussions.
Yeah, Punk gets in there, do what he wants when he wants, and everybody has to conform to it. And I think Adam Page is one of those people that ain't gonna back down. He's like, wait a minute, I was teaming up with Kenny Omega, who is executive vice president, and we was burning the house down. And you come in here and you just want to say what's on your mind. You ain't wrestled in 10 years.
Mm.
So who are you?
Yeah, I think what it was 7 years that Punk was away. No, but the word I got was his article months ago when Punk and Adam Page were fighting or had a match. When they were trying to add out the match or the storyline or something like that, Adam Page didn't go along with some Punk had or idea, or like I said, that they didn't see eye to eye, and it caused heat. So this is why Punk went into business for himself with his promo. He went Adam Page for a second, then he went to Moxley. So, but see, yeah, it's like Punk gets his way too damn much, and he's so bitter
Yeah.
about everything. I mean, he's really got anger issues, and technically, I'm surprised ain't nobody backstage kicked his ass yet, because I'm pretty sure they can. Because look at this, all you gotta do is if people talk that shit, just go ahead and talk about his really really short UFC career, kind of like with Stephanie
And
McMahon.
you bring up a good point, Malik, because it might just happen now. Because think of it, Triple H is in charge of WWE now. You might as well just say that because his wife is in charge.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that automatically makes Triple H in charge.
And I'm
So a
pretty.
lot more wrestlers a lot more wrestlers is going to be more comfortable coming to WWE. It might just happen
Yeah, but except
when it,
CM Punk,
when
because
it,
remember how much heat CM Punk had with Triple H and Stephanie. I think that's the one guy
no, no, no.
they
I'm
would
talking
have.
about. No,
Yeah,
I'm talking about. People
Everybody
won't
else.
be. Yeah, like yeah, they will be more boisterous now when it comes to CM Punk basically trying to turn this into his show.
And if you go to WWE, you will get exposure. That's like being in the major leagues, like
Right.
guest
And they know
appearances.
Triple H knows how to. He just gives a fuck when it comes to Triple H, and we can all agree on that. He
And you
actually
have
gives a fuck
merchandise sale. I heard AEW don't have no merchandise sales.
because they don't know how to promote. Like going back to what I said from before, when it comes to promoting, the only time Tony Khan promotes is when he's doing a fucking tweet coming
Yeah.
at trolls and all that shit. They need marketers on their team. AEW needs marketers or legit marketers, something. Here go my dude right here.
well, look, in AEW's defense, they do sell a lot of those
My dude
AEW
Oh,
AEW and AEW hats. I mean, I see a lot of them shirts out in the crowd still. The AEW shirts and the hats, Even one of
Yeah,
my
but the
Facebook
only
friends,
people that really sold money was the Young Bucks. They knew how to sell t-shirts.
yeah, the Bucks know how to, but they know how to market themselves.
right? Yeah, because they
The
were marketing
The
Bucks know how to
Cucamonga
market
themselves.
themselves.
kids.
You got to remember, see, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes were actually the actual founding fathers of AEW. Most of the Young Bucks, I think it was mostly their idea. Cody Rhodes just jumped on board, so it was basically the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega who came up with the concept of AEW altogether.
And I
Yeah, they
figured,
did.
and I noticed the Young Bucks don't even care about having the titles on them.
Yeah, and they should feel like that because that's their company. It's all about getting the young guys over,
I
but
don't know.
they're not
Remember
getting the
Jeff
young
Jarrett?
guys over
Jeff Jarrett wanted the title on him all day in TNA.
because Jared is a fucking idiot. But I give Jared this. I give Jared this. He's like a water bug in the wrestling industry.
He won't go away.
Exactly. So, what's goody?
Hey yo, you can hear me all right?
Oh
uh-huh.
yeah,
Loud
All
and
right,
clear. What's up, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Just dealt with some flooding today. Sorry for being a little
Oh
late.
man, sorry to hear that.
Think about the CM Punk situation.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Is he acting like a bitch?
he is a
It
bitch.
Okay.
doesn't add up to me. I think we're all. I think it's a work.
Yeah, we was alluding to that also because Nate was just here earlier. He was alluding to the fact that they're gonna be in Cleveland
Hmm.
next week, and given the fact that that's when he walked out on WWE, this might, what I mean, coincide with that whole situation.
Yeah, I think I think the whole thing is a work. None of it adds up because we got to use our intelligence here. Y'all know how pro wrestling is. Anytime any heat whatsoever happens in any company, we hear about that shit immediately. So if Punk and Hangman don't like each other, we would have heard this shit back in May when they were building up to Double or Nothing. So Punk comes
Actually,
back,
you did hear that though around that time. You
nothing,
heard
not
that.
like now.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you also, so why did this just randomly just get brung up
That's what I'm
now?
saying.
Out of it just because
Yeah, it's too
CM
convenient.
Punk is supposed to be beefing with Mox. How he just randomly just came out and
Right.
shot a promo on Hangman. Hangman has not even been in the title picture. Like, what's
Because
going
I
That
on?
think I think
that's
Punk
what I'm
is
saying
petty
is
like that.
it's too convenient. It's too convenient that all these months have gone by. Punk comes back, and all of a sudden, when Punk comes back, it's like, oh, he's got heat. Oh, he didn't want to show up. Like, it doesn't make sense. If all this shit was true, we would have been hearing these stories in June, May. It's too convenient. It's part of a work. And to me, the thing that makes me think about it is the fact that we're getting Mox versus Punk on Dynamite this Wednesday. Now, TK is not perfect,
Right.
but to the defense of TK, the one thing that he has done right by is that when it comes to advertising matches, He doesn't play with that shit. If he says a match is happening on Dynamite, a match happens on Dynamite. We never get any of that. Run in DQ. No, the squad. Like, no. If he advertises a match, then we're getting the fucking match. So if we're getting Mox Punk on Dynamite, and that means we're not getting it all out. And if we're not getting it all out, that means he found a different match, something better. And people have been
I
asking
think
for
he's
months.
saving it for
Or fatal
MJF.
four way.
Well,
They got like a
well, there
fatal
you
four
go.
way.
Well, there you go. Because people have been saying, where the fuck is MJF? Where the fuck's MJF? And I've
Yeah.
been saying for months that it would make no sense for MJF to come back when Punk's not there. Well, now Punk is there. So it adds up. So to me, that all this is a work. And I feel like everybody's being worked. It's very clear. That was a very heelish promo that Punk cut. Everything that TK does, and listen, I'm not the biggest TK fan, but everything that TK does storyline wise is to slow burn. If you notice, ever since Punk has come to AEW, all his big feuds have mostly been against baby faces. What was his first match? Darby. What was his second match? Eddie Kingston. His third match, MJF. But when he was building up to that AEW title match, he fought a lot of baby faces. He fought Penta. He fought Dustin. He fought a lot of baby faces. Why would TK book Punk against so many likable baby faces? Because they're gonna fucking turn him heel. So the end game to this is very obvious to me. The end game is Punk MJF with the roles reversed. MJF will be a face, and Punk will be a heel, and Punk will put MJF over. That's where all this is going.
But
So
who
to
don't
me,
want to
we
be
Uh,
a
all
penthouse?
I don't want to. I do not want no MJ or face turn from MJF. Yuck.
well,
Yeah.
maybe he'll be a tweener.
We've been
Maybe
there
he'll be a
already.
tweener.
No, he has to be a. He has to be a heel. Straight up. No tween. No face. A heel
No
MJF.
tween, no
But you
twang, no
saw
none
what
of
happened
that.
in that promo though. Like last time we saw him, by the time it was over, the fans were cheering. It's the same thing with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and we saw a little bit with Britt Baker. Like because Steve Austin's character never changed, but the fans booed him. So the WWF had no choice, and they just went with it. We saw that a little bit with Britt Baker. She was a heel. She didn't change, but when the fans came back, the fans were cheering, and they just kind of went with it. So you got to go with the
And
fans.
that's
So at the
always a
end,
good trait. That's always a good trait to listen to the fans. When it comes to if the fans want to boo you or the fans want to cheer, and when it comes to the particular reasons. But I also have another question. One more question for you. So why wouldn't they just like, given the fact that you sent that promo to me from Kenny Omega, why don't they just make him their top babyface? Because they have more faith in him. They should have more faith in him than a CM Punk, I think.
I guess
You know
because
what I'm
since he's
saying?
the executive vice president, he don't want to be in the limelight. He just wanted to
oh
come
well,
back.
Well,
probably because
look,
he's
I
probably
would
because
say
he's.
this. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say probably because he can't handle it right now. He's not 100%. I mean, you saw he was wearing that vest. I'm happy he's back, but you know, that's why I imagine that they're
You
doing
right,
the.
you right.
That's why I imagine they're doing the Ghost thing. That way when he's doing these 6-man matches, he doesn't have to carry the full load. He can get some help.
Yeah, he
Ideally, you
just
want to get
showed.
him back into.
Oh shit! He just showed up to piss off Jim Cornette.
And I hope that's not the truth because don't be spiteful in spite of your help. Don't be a mongoloid, you bum. But I just think like when it comes to this dude, Kenny Omega, him being a heel is completely forced. You know what I'm saying? He's not that type of guy, like I was saying earlier. He's not that type of guy that'll come to you and be like, hey, let's go to the strip club and pound back a few beers and while pounding some sluts. He's the type that'll say, hey, let's play some Call of Duty while drinking some chocolate milk. No
Yeah,
alcohol
because
included.
he had milk when Hangman Page was taking down whiskey. I'm with that
And I'm
stadium
not
brawl,
saying
whatever the
that
hell
just
that
because you
was.
drink alcohol, you are a badass. It's just an example, or because
Omega don't
he's just
drink.
that dude. He doesn't look like a badass at all. Like if you just see Omega down the street, you just walk down the street and you see Omega and you in that mood, you just slap the shit out that dude. You're like, look at this dude, smack this dude,
Nah,
man.
I think you got to give Kenny more respect. He's a little bit more buff than some of these other indie wrestlers.
It
You know,
don't
he does.
matter. He just has that aura. He just has that aura, like I'm a geek. Like the fuck.
You know damn well you ain't
Even
slapping
to
no
this
Kenny
day,
Omega.
no, even to this day, when it comes to a Stone Cold, would you walk down the street and smack the shit out of a Stone Cold?
You know, he practices
I
jujitsu,
mean,
right?
I would because you know his knees are bad. I just gotta slap him and kick him in
I
the
mean, you
knees.
know what
Stone
I
Cold
mean.
go
Like
off.
I'm talking about when it comes to appearance, like a Brock Lesnar or motherfuckers like that. You know, it's all about the look too. Yeah, you can be a badass in the ring, but it's also about the look.
So
Can you
so
look like I can't whip your ass? That's the main thing.
I think
so
he's got a
so
great look.
yeah. He just said Omega just looked like the dude you could just walk down the street and smack him. Like, come on.
I think you gotta look at Omega in his prime, because in his prime, he was a bad dude. And he's still a bad dude. You
Yeah,
know, he
I
trains in
remember.
jujitsu, right?
As a matter of fact, he looked worse earlier. What you mean? Like he looked like, come on. Now he looks more like scruffy, like he been through some wars. When he was younger, he looked like
Bro,
this
I
dude
don't
from
understand.
Happy Days.
You didn't see
Monday,
how he looked
Tuesday,
at
Happy Days.
nah.
On
Wednesday,
Sunday,
Thursday,
Monday,
Happy
happy day.
Days.
He
Thursday, Friday, happy day.
The
he
fuck
What a
Richie
day.
Cunningham in the face ass.
he looked kind of crazy up in New Japan when he had the leather jacket and the glasses.
That's when he was a cleaner.
Yeah.
That's when he was a cleaner.
I
And
think
no, I
that there are
didn't mute
people.
Tope. I'm about to say that I didn't mute Tope. For those out there, I was about to ask. I didn't mute him.
Oh
I
no,
just think he
that
killed
was my
his
problem.
image when he started wrestling with that fake doll, with the
I think
blow up
that there are
doll.
wrestlers out there that are pushed way harder that I don't take seriously. Like to me, one wrestler that's pushed really hard that I think just looks like a guy you could slap is Seth Rollins. That's just me. And Seth Rollins to me looks like a substitute teacher. That's what he
Yo,
looks
you
like to me.
stupid. Like, hey guys, you just want to order some pizza and watch some movies?
Ah! Come on, tell me that laugh don't crack you up.
He does it too much. He does it too much. I like the laugh, but he does it too much.
Right. But back on the punk thing, I think whether it's a work or whether it's not a work, I think that Punk is an example of like be careful what you ask for, because again it all goes back to MJF, because MJF was calling him out and he was like, what happened to the rebel I grew up with? You're PG Punk. Well, in that promo, Punk was just going off on everybody, and that's the Punk that fans said they wanted. Like they want that heel Punk that doesn't give a fuck, that just goes
Mm.
after everybody, and that's what he was
That's
doing.
all that is.
Also, I think, and I'm not calling out anybody here in particular, I also think that Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him, he's right when he said that fans are fickle, because half the people that are mad at this story, half the people that are mad at Punk making Hangman like a bitch were the same people that were saying Hangman was boring. So it's like, don't act like you want to care about Hangman now when you
Mm.
didn't before. so
Yo,
there's
I
different
agree.
sides to this coin.
I agree.
Fans were pissed off at how poor he was booked as champion. Like you gave him all these title reigns, but he had no story. Like, ugh.
Yo, you was on to something right there. So like, you definitely right, and I think we need more of asshole Punk. Not backstage though.
Right.
We don't need that backstage.
Yeah, yeah,
If
he's doing
anything,
backstage
I think Punk
politics.
being an asshole is going to help Hangman, because now Hangman can come back and cook. What's he going to say? Because we need Hangman to come out and shoot back. Cowboy, just says you want to be a shooter,
Well,
be a shooter.
I guess we don't get that. We might get it next Wednesday. We might
Yeah, we
before
see.
the big match between Punk and Mox. Do you
Oh
think
God!
Moxie should bleed?
Oh God, man, he
I
needs
think
to
I
stop
think
bleeding.
I'll call it now. I'll call it now. I think Punk's going over and he's going heel. I think we're gonna. I think Moss is gonna have him dead to rights, and Punk is gonna do some heelish shit, low blow, foot in the rope, poke in the eye, something. I think this is
What?
gonna happen.
I got one thing. I got one thing for you. I got one. What if the Combat Club turns on Mox
It's
and they
possible.
join? and they join Punk.
Nah, I think there's gonna be a swerve where MJF actually helps CM Punk.
That's also possible.
No, I don't want this dude MJF to get no type of. He should be helping nobody.
I know,
That's number one.
I know.
MJF should be in it for himself. It should be all about him. Period. It should be all about MJF.
Game for him to ask for his release, man.
Well, let's really be real. Like, if MJF was to ever go to WWE, like I said before, him and The Miz will be a perfect tag team. They will be perfect. The promos, they cut promos, all that shit. What? Man, look. And then eventually you will have MJF turn on The Miz.
And that might start the heat with him and Cody. You know they ain't done. Ooh, that would be nice.
Speaking of Cody, next year is his year. You already see it. They starting to train Brandy. Like, I don't know if y'all know about the report saying that Brandy Rose is actually in the fucking training and shit.
She is, unfortunately. She's
Hope
in the
Cody
performance
don't
center
do
again.
it.
No,
Not
hold
the
on.
time.
I thought about that at first. I said it was unfortunate, but WWE may be on to something with Brandy Rose training. I'm telling you.
Right.
First
I
of
just
May,
want Brandy.
when it comes to Cody Rhodes, it's going to be interesting because Brandy
I-
might do something that might be memorable this WrestleMania season. It's the reason why they're training her.
I just want Brandy to fess up when this shit flops again. Then she can just admit she's just not that good. That's all I gotta say.
I can roll with that, but I just hope they ain't got Cody doing all this crying shit when he wins the title. I don't need a crying Cody.
No, he should. No, you bugging. What? He definitely should be doing emotional speech. Cody
No, he
Rhodes
shouldn't be
being
boo-hooing.
you're my dude. Are you serious? That's a culmination of the whole Rhodes story as a family.
I just can't wait. I can't wait for.
It's warranted. That's warranted for him to be extra emotional when it comes to
I
him
get it,
winning
R,
the
but I'm
belt.
tired of
It-
seeing
it-
the top babyface crying, boo-hooing after they win a title.
I understand that, but when it comes to Cody Rhodes, it's definitely needed because he got to treat that shit like
I
it's
just can't wait,
special.
guys. I can't wait for Cody to be champ and for all the cringe shit that he's gonna say, and I can't wait for the fans to turn on him. That way, all the AEW haters can be like, "Oh wow!" So that's why the fans over there didn't like him. Just a matter of time.
Oh, they're gonna turn on him eventually. That's gonna
They
happen.
won't turn on him. Everybody wanted to see Cody win that big title because you know what?
And then watch
That makes up
when
for
he wins.
Dusty Rhodes getting screwed.
Yeah, now you see what I'm saying. Exactly. But like later on down
Well,
the line,
just
I would say like
well, just
by the after the winter time, like a fall, they will turn on Cody. I'll give them
well,
about
just
fall.
know that's
Fans will
Cody's
turn
fault
on Cody.
because Cody could have won. He could have won the championship in AEW. So that's his own fault.
Well, can you really blame him? Because you know him being the boss, he didn't want to be the champ. Can you
Yeah,
really
I
blame
will
him for
blame him.
that? He
That's
didn't
his
want
own.
to be the
They
Jeff.
really would have.
He didn't want to be Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Well, he was already Jeff Jarrett. His booking was awful.
I won't say his booker was
Anyway.
awful. You know, he
So
I was he had, he had his moments. He did. I remember them.
when Vince Russo gave us screaming Norman Smiley, I was done.
Yeah, with that
I
whole
just fucking hate it when I go on
Ben
social
and
media.
Duke. Go ahead, talk.
I was just gonna say, I just hate it when I go on social media and like just stories of just any random story about some backstage shit happening in AEW, and people are like, "You see, this is why Cody left," just completely ignoring the fact that Cody wasn't working. It was not working. Whatever he was doing was not working. His segments were consistently the worst parts of television. The product got better after he left, but nobody wants to talk about that.
And I
Nope.
think
I
Cody
just
never
don't.
wanted to leave WWE. He never wanted to leave.
You're right. He didn't. Cody
He
was that
didn't.
guy.
He didn't.
He was never. That was the thing about Cody. He was never a rebel. For the longest time, he tried to set himself up like he was a Punk or a Brian or like that guy. Cody was never that guy. Cody's that dude in high school that hangs out with that guy and hopes that maybe if I hung out with him enough, they would rub off on me. You know what I'm saying? He was
Mhm.
never that dude.
Are you trying to say he's Triple H light?
Why do you think he always throws shade at him? You know, with the sledgehammer and stuff. You know, Triple H is his favorite wrestler.
Mm.
You know,
I bet Triple H probably was the one that came up with the Stardust gimmick.
probably.
I think he was.
Cody
I think he
Cody
was
did the
because
same
he did
thing.
poke. I think he poked
Cody
fun at Triple H about that too.
Because
Cody
think
did the
about it.
same thing Triple H did. If you look at Triple H's career, all Triple H's entire career, all he did was he just surrounded himself by people that were better than him, and it helped him get over. Cody did the same thing from day one. What was he doing? He was in a tag team with Hardcore Holly. We can make fun of Hardcore Holly. Hardcore Holly was a big name from the Attitude Era. It wasn't like Cody was
Right.
teaming up with some random guy from FCW. It was Hardcore Holly. Then after that, what did he do after that? Then he was in a trio with, what was it, Legacy, Orton, and Ted
Yeah,
DiBiase. Orton was like
legacy.
he was one of the big main eventers at the time.
No,
Then Cody
before
did.
that, remember? Before that, remember Manu.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy. I remember that.
I'm like, how you name him Manu? Like, of course it's gonna fail.
Right,
And
like
also
most.
remember Dashing Cody Rhodes? Remember that?
Yeah, I did
No,
like Dashing.
Oh, that
Undashing.
was horrible.
I like both. Yeah, I like both. But Undashing, I love
Right,
that shit when he was like on some Beauty and the Beast type shit. I like that
right,
shit.
right.
I
And
thought that
then
was
when he
stupid.
left WWE and when he went to the Indies, you know, he joined the Bullet Club and then he joined the Elite, and that was like the hottest thing going in the Indies. You know, he was with the Bucks, he was with Marty. I know we're not supposed to talk about Marty anymore. He was with Kenny, he
Yeah.
was with Hangman. So he surrounded himself with greatness. So it's like, at what point can you just say, well, damn, like this really helped his career? So he's very similar to
Yeah, I ain't
Triple
gonna
H,
lie.
very, very similar.
Cody Rhodes
Mm,
was a prick when he had the black hair, and he
Yeah, I
was
think he was
with
mm.
a prick when he had the blonde
Ring
hair
of
too.
Honor. Nah, I think the blonde hair. He just want to be so clean and don't do no wrong. I'm like,
He wants to market
Cody.
himself. It's the Homelander shit. I don't watch The Boys. I've heard it's a good show, but you know, it's the Cody Land. That's what the fans call it, the
I
Cody
watch
Lander.
it. I said
Right.
Homelander is John Cena.
Oh,
So
all right.
to me, I think Cody should come back and his road to WrestleMania. He should be talking like funky like a monkey, and I think that will get the fans over if he starts using
Yeah.
funny little liners like funky like a monkey.
Yeah, he should.
Some
That WrestleMania Raw after Mania
no,
definitely
I'm
give this
talking
dude a good
no,
10
no,
minutes.
not Raw at the Mania. I'm talking about if he recovers and he can make it to WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania, he can start using some of the
No,
Dusty
no, no.
lines and they build the
No, no,
packages. You don't think
no.
so? Or you think they're gonna give him the title at SummerSlam? Because you
They're
just
gonna
can't
give
give
him
you can't give him the
this
title
is
on
what
a
I
regular
think.
pay per view. You gotta give
This
him
is
on
what
a
I
big
think.
pay per
I
view.
think they're gonna build him up again and they're gonna start with him showing up in if not October, December the latest. He's gonna be in the Royal Rumble. Matter of fact, the latest him being a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. He's gonna win the Royal Rumble. That's
I
my
don't think
estimation.
I don't think Cody wants to be the number 29th entrant. He wants to do some real surprising shit, like put Cody as number one. The fans freak out because they don't know what the fuck is going on, and he goes the distance.
You think he
Cody's
just
that
have him do the
Cody's that
gauntlet like
yeah, Cody's
big
that type of
break
person.
who Rey
the early
Mysterio's record?
the early rumor going around is that you know it's in the rearview mirror, but you know, with Triple H in charge now, one of the biggest shows that's going to change is Survivor Series because, you know, Vince, when he was around, all he did with Survivor Series was just the usual, you know, Raw
Champion
versus
versus champion.
SmackDown shit. Well, the word on the street is that Triple H is going to take Survivor Series in a different direction, and he's going to take it back to how it used to be. where it was just elimination matches on both brands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be more old school. But anyway, the current word on the
Yeah.
street, the
Hold on,
current
wait. Don't
yeah.
let's not gloss over that because I do love that idea, but I also wanted to include the champion versus champion matches also because those are good too. We can't just
Right.
shy over the champion versus champion matches. Yeah, let's have our Survivor Series team and mix it up with the champion versus champion match. You
Well,
can't lose in a card like that.
the
So
reason why
what
I
do
was
you
bringing that up
do? Have
is
him
the
have
rumor
Bobby
is
Lashley lose the title and go for the WWE title,
well,
or do
the
you
reason
put it
why I was
on?
bringing this up
No,
is
no, no,
because the
don't put him on a. Hold on, I got you. So don't put him on the line. Just have for like bragging rights. And what I mean by bragging rights, not just it's just empty promises and shit like that, or empty bragging points or whatever. Nah, give these dudes actual awards. Say like if you have not Brock, excuse me, you have Bobby Lashley go up against a Volta, aka Gunther, right? And either one of them wins that match. That winner gets to choose a spot in the Royal Rumble.
well,
You know
the,
what I
the
mean? Make
reason
shit
why
interesting.
the reason why I was bringing it up is because the rumor is that the match plan for Survivor Series, and again, is unconfirmed, but uh, a lot of live event, like those like the live event schedules where it tells you like who's working who, but it's
They want
always like
Karrion
subject.
Kross and Roman Reigns to fight.
No, no, the rumor is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that's what they was going for before the whole Hell in a Cell match.
Oh yeah,
Before he
because
got hurt.
the long story with that was going to be if Seth Rollins wins the title, he's going to continue his story with unfinished business with Cody. But are you
Right.
going to
Right.
make Seth Rollins lose for the fourth time?
Well, the idea is, and again, this is just, on this is everything in a perfect world, and I don't see it working out this way. But this is like if everything works out and everybody that they want to get to come back actually comes back. If this works out, then the plan is Drew beats Roman, and somehow whatever they do, they set it up where only one belt was on the line and not two, even though they call it the undisputed title. So Drew beats Roman and he becomes the Universal Champ because he's a SmackDown guy. And then Seth beats Roman at Survivor Series, and Seth is a Raw guy, so he becomes the WWE Champ. So that's how you get both belts off of Roman. Then at Mania, you do Drew versus Karrion Kross. You do Seth versus Cody, and if you can actually get The Rock, then you do Rock versus Roman. But like I've said numerous times, I'm saying, man,
That's a
Rock.
decent card for already starting with WrestleMania. But go ahead.
But then why they keep
Hold on,
advertising it
hold on,
like
Scott.
both belts on the line?
Hold on, hold on. Before I let Toe continue on, you already know I gotta bring through my dude that everyone loves to hate.
Yeah.
Oh, we know who that
Uh.
is.
Snuggles, you better
Oh
not
yeah.
say anything about Alexa Piss.
What's wrong with Alexa Bliss?
Man,
She,
look here, bro.
she can't wrestle.
Oh,
Thank
she's
you.
awesome. Let me tell you something.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
so I'll tell you this with the Seth Rollins thing. From what I'm hearing so far, um, I know like listen, if Rollins gets in a ring with Roman Reigns, Rollins is gonna own Roman Reigns, man. He does it all the time, and even if he loses, I don't mind Seth Rollins losing as long as Cody Rhodes interferes.
Mm.
I
All
mean,
right,
like
so
Now,
I'm gonna let Toe
if he
continue on. Toe,
if he
You still
interferes,
there,
does that
Toe?
mean that Rollins finally gets his win over Cody
Yeah,
down the line?
Go ahead, Toe. Go ahead, Toe. Hold on,
yeah,
Scott,
yeah.
because
I guess.
Yeah,
go ahead.
pretty much just what I was saying. Like if all the pieces fall into place and Triple H is able to actually get everybody that they want to get and everyone can commit, then Drew beats Roman and Cody beats Roman. So then you would have Drew as Universal Champ, Cody as WWE Champ, and then at Mania you do Drew Karrion Kross night one, and then you do Cody Seth night two, and assuming they can get The
Wait.
Rock, then you do Rock and Roman. Because the big criticism that Vince always with Vince was that Vince would book big matches that didn't need the belt. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar didn't need the belt, but
Right.
the way that Vince would just put the title on shit that didn't need it. Rock Cena too didn't need the belt, but that's how he was. Triple H though,
Or
I trust Triple H
maybe.
won't do that.
Mm,
Now, do we get at WrestleMania Riddle versus Orton or no?
See, the
nah,
thing
they
about it is,
blow off. They blow
so
off feud
see,
is gonna be
it, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Riddle Orton. That doesn't make sense for two reasons. One, they're one of the most over tag teams in WWE, and they don't got any fucking tag teams. That's the thing that people keep forgetting. That's one of the reasons why they haven't broke up the Street Profits, because again, no fucking tag teams. So until they get tag teams, like a good amount of tag teams, they're not gonna break them up. And
Have you been
two,
watching the Viking Raiders lately?
Yeah.
yeah, they're just a
that's
generic
only
heel
one
team.
tag team though.
Right, right,
Street Profits. I'll tell you
right.
this, like, what's his name? What the fuck's his name? You just said it.
And the other
Who,
reason why,
the Viking
the
Raiders.
Oh, speaking
the,
of
the
the
other
Viking Raiders,
reason, the
they
other
had a
reason
Viking
why,
funeral
right,
for the New Day
Riddle and
tonight.
Orton don't make any sense is because Orton and Riddle are
There you
like
go.
legit. They're legit friends in real life, and like they actually have good chemistry. There's no reason to break them up. I feel like
That's
too
why
many
you
fans are
do the
just
match.
used to it.
Best friends put on the
Oh
best
no.
matches.
That's what Vince
Yeah, like
does.
Sammy.
That's what Vince
But
does,
he,
not
Zayn
what
nah,
versus
Triple
Scott
H
Kevin
got a
does.
Owens.
point though. Scott do got a point.
Why
And
you
Kevin
just
think
like
Owens
what
versus
Snubs
Sami
just
Zayn.
why you
said, just like
why
what
you
Snubs just
think
said, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, they always have good matches. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to see another Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match for the rest of the days I'm on this earth.
I know why you think we saw Edge and John Cena? They respect each other. They actually liked each other. And to me, that's the hottest feud in wrestling history. John Cena and Edge. John
Wow,
The
yeah,
Cena,
yeah.
hottest, like number one,
huh?
you the
I don't know
hottest.
about
I
that.
mean,
I don't know
it
about
was
that.
kind of funny when Edge beat up John
In that
Cena's
It
ass.
was a good
yeah.
feud, but
No,
you talking about this is like Mega Powers level type feud.
it was. Because think about it. Look
Now,
how they did. All right, so I'm gonna
oh
break it
my,
down. I'm gonna break
yo,
it down. This is
you better, cause I'm my fingers on the
uh,
trigger right now.
all right.
let him cook. Let him
So
cook.
this how they did it. First, they started it off. John Cena, the unstoppable champion. He defeated everybody. Then next thing you know, John Cena's beat down. He went the gauntlet on an elimination chamber. Here comes Edge, the rated R. That built a star. When he finally beat him, fans couldn't stand Edge. Then Edge also had real heat with the leader situation. When John Cena
Right.
came back, what was he doing? I think he called Leader a hoe more times than Jericho called Stephanie a hoe. Next
That's
thing you
true.
Mm,
know,
Yeah, that's
God, I
true.
hate this
If
phone.
you watch
next
on
I was
YouTube,
mm.
at 28%.
yeah, look, you watch
next
on
thing
I put
YouTube.
the
next
charger in.
There's a
My
lot of
phone
good
died, even though I
back
have
and
a
forth
charger
promos between Cena
inside
and
No,
the
Edge.
hold on,
motherfucker.
chill, y'all, chill. Let Scott cook. He's on to something.
then
Go ahead.
then one of the many pay-per-views which is so big, John Cena wins the title back. Edge feels some type of way. He felt that he didn't get the title reign that he deserved. So what he do? He went to Westbury, slaps John Cena's father. More heat put on him. Edge ends up winning the match. Here we go. The match that finished it all. John Cena gets one more title shot. But if he loses, he has to take his ass to Smackdown. Edge agrees to it. They finish it off with tables, ladders, and chairs. John
Right.
Cena tears John Cena and Edge tears the house show down. What happens? John Cena throws Edge through 3 fucking tables. You think that's the end of Edge? Nope. Fast forwarded, John Cena's on his third title reign. Who is he going up against? RVD. When Edge did his little match with Mick Foley, but the target was his obsession with John Cena. He spears John Cena at one night stand. That creates the feud all over again. What happens? Edge wins the title. Then Edge somehow starts losing the title to somebody else. You think it's completely over. Edge goes over to SmackDown. Edge thinks he has completely got away from everybody. What happened? John Cena brings his stupid hustle, loyalty, respect ass back, takes the title from him at WrestleMania a year later. Edge is losing his damn mind. Then the infamous "I hate you" promo.
What's your thoughts on that, Malik?
John Cena's the world heavyweight champion, and the final match to end it all was John Cena versus Edge, last man standing. Edge finally defeated his demon, the one wrestler. If you can say, John Cena actually caused Edge to retire early because all those crazy bumps that Edge did during those last 3 years. That rivalry was 3 years long, longer than any other rivalry.
It's a real Batman versus Joker type shit.
And
Now, given all that, I want to ask
he
you.
looked exhausted emotionally. He looked exhausted physically, mentally, and emotionally. And that was the end of it. You never seen them wrestle again.
Now,
then John Cena went on to Randy Orton.
I want to ask you guys. So, do y'all guys think, after hearing the timeline that Scott just laid out for us, do y'all think that's a Mega Powers level type storyline?
Oh,
No, but I respect a different take. I mean, if you really like the story, more power to you.
It's a good story, but
It was a good story, and also
To
like
me, I've already talked about before. I'm not going to rant on it again. To me, the big money story that we never got was Cena Christians, but Cena Edge was cool too. So
yeah, no.
Well, Christian was never a big time player though.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
true.
I
Yeah,
couldn't take
Edge was a star
Christian
between
serious
two of
when
them.
he won the title.
He was, but we've already went over that. I'm not going to go through that again.
Well, WWE didn't push him to be a bigger time star. I mean, he went as far as he went, but Edge was the popular star, and plus also the Cena Edge feud. If you notice, if you look on YouTube, I've seen him. I watched him over and over again. There's a lot of good promo.
Even now, bro. Like even now, Christian's still better. He gives better heat. Edge looks like an old man out there. It's like a guy in his midlife crisis.
He just did that now.
Edge
And the only reason why
50.
Edge,
yo, I
and
think
plus,
on some real shit. What's the deal with him and Jungle Boy? They still beefing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
beat
they
him up
still
on
beefing.
Dynamite this past Wednesday.
Christian's
beat who
always
up?
been better. He's always
Christian
been
beat-
better. He's always been a better
Jungle Boy beat up
promo. He's
Christian.
always been a better worker.
Christian
He's
was
a
in
better
the-
performer, and he's aged better. He's better than
Christian was
Edge in
in,
every possible way.
Christian was in the
And
ring.
where's Luchasaurus through this whole debacle?
Oh, he wasn't there.
He just there
he
looking
didn't show up.
stupid.
Yeah, because when this dude chased off Christian, when Jungle Boy chased off Christian, I think it was like last month. This dude not Jungle Boy, excuse me. This dude Luchasaurus just is standing there like, duh, what's going
You know what's
on?
gonna,
I'm like,
you know
yo,
what's
what
gonna
the
happen,
fuck?
right? You know what's gonna happen, right? He's gonna turn on Jungle Boy at the pay-per-view. It's so fucking obvious.
And
He's gonna
he's
And
gonna
like
mess
he
himself.
should. This dude, Luchasaurus, should be the new problem solver for Christian. And
Right.
that's what's
But he
gonna
needs to
take
take that
Luchasaurus
mask off.
on the next plateau.
He probably
No,
will.
don't even take the mask off now. And I know you, and I got you on that, Scott. This is what I would do with him, right? I will have him take the mask off after he eventually turns on Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like, build him, have Christian be on some shit like, oh, keep abusing him as his heavy, and one day Luchasaurus get tired, like, yo, I'm not an animal, I'm a man, type Chris Statlander type shit, and
Right.
get on some
Well-
different shit.
Well,
Yeah,
the
that'd
only
be
way
so
for
mid.
that to work is if you put the title on Christian and make him that sleazy heel that always got to cheat and use his muscle to win. That's the only way that's going to work. You just don't
Yeah,
make
give him that,
muscle
what's
and there's
that
no
title they got
significance
now?
to it.
Maybe give him
What's
the
that title?
TNT
Give him the
title.
Puerto Rican title or something. What the
Nah,
new
he
titles they
needs the
got?
world title. He needs the world title.
That's never gonna happen. He already had his chance. That's a wrap. He's never gonna get that
Well,
far
anyway, I
again.
just want to make it clear that I don't hate Edge. I respect him and
Can I
what he's
finish my
done.
point?
But to me, we all have those wrestlers in our life, like like when we're young and we grow up, when we become teenagers, we all have like that one wrestler where we realize the promoter likes the guy, and to me, Edge was the first dude where it was like it's not like he's better than Christian. Vince just liked him more. That's it.
Well,
That's all it was.
can,
And also, it was because of the
Yeah,
Matt
funny
Hardy
bitch.
leader bullshit. You cannot
yeah,
tell
that's what I
me, and I
said.
was staying on that fucking hill.
Yeah,
There's no
but
way Edge would ever be a top guy if the fucking Matt Hardy leader shit never happened. He would be like a 5-time champ at best. At
That's true.
best.
but
Yeah. See,
Christian
that's a
wasn't
Well,
subject.
revered like that until later in his career. It wasn't
That's a
until
subject that
like
brings
even when he
up.
won the
Christian was
title,
over. I'm going to
even
stop
when
you
he won
there.
the
Christian
title,
was
he
over
wasn't
as a main
even.
eventer before Edge was in 2005. In 2005, he
I
was
don't know
hotter
about
than
that.
Edge. Yes, he
I don't know
was.
y'all
about
just
that.
Yes, he was.
y'all don't forgive Edge for what he did to
Yeah,
Matt
for
Hardy.
1 year,
That's what it
he
is.
won the
One
title.
year, a very important year. 2005 was a transitionary year. That was
Yeah,
they were transitioning to
Edge.
Cena,
I'm not
Batista,
saying.
Orton.
I'm not saying
And
that
ECW
Christian.
when
I'm
I
not saying
stand,
that Edge is
they
better
were bringing
or
that
Edge is
back.
better than Christian. Because me personally, I like Christian, but like I just feel like when I'm looking at the entire landscape of the fan base that's so fickle, they wanted Edge more than the Christian. Christian wasn't
I
loved by the
disagree.
people until later on after he
Now
won his first world
he
title.
was
But
loved,
Let
bro.
me tell
He
you
was
something.
thing for
When
me
he got his first
that
world
shouldn't have been
title,
on the
nobody
air.
gave a
That
fuck
was
about
personal
that.
shit.
They were like, all
They
That's
right,
didn't care
not
about
true
the
at all,
peeps.
bro. That is just inherently false.
nah, they didn't give a fuck
When
about
Randy
that.
Orton beat Christian, the cameras were showing fans in the audience looking pissed. When they did the Christian Orton feud, the fans were booing
Yeah,
Orton. They were
yeah,
booing
because
him.
he was a heel.
No, they were booing Orton because they wanted Christian to win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because he was a face.
they didn't accept Randy Orton as a baby face. That was another thing. Randy Orton was never accepted as a baby face
Now you know why
until
Randy
now.
Orton's always a heel because he's better as a heel. He just works better as a
Because
heel.
after you kick Vince in the head and you kick Stephanie and everybody in the McMahon family in the head, it's like how else can you be like looked at as a baby
I
face? You done
remember
kicked everybody in the
I
face.
remember 2005 very well. That was the year I graduated high school. Christian was a tweener that year. He was making appearances on Raw and
Look at
SmackDown,
you go.
making random promos on different people. One week he cut a promo on Batista. Next week he cut a promo on JBL. Next week he cut a promo on Cena. He was the first person to call out Cena. Remember he called Cena a fake Mike. What did he call him, Sam? what was he? A fake ass Vanilla Ice or something like that. I forgot
Well, he
exactly what he called
was.
him.
He was. The whole
Right.
doctor of
He was
was.
over.
please.
Remember he had the long hair, he cut it, he had Tyson Tomko with him, he had like the
I don't know if it was
jacket,
a
he had
No,
perm.
no,
the
no,
entrance.
not Vanilla Ice. You call
He
that
had the peach.
Ali G wannabe.
Right.
I don't know if he
He
was the
was over.
first person to cut out Cena.
They did a Madison Square Garden for Raw, and I remember Christian got a louder pop than Hogan. Hogan.
Yeah, yo. A matter of fact, now that I think of it, when he had confronted John Cena, that's what I think that's the first time John Cena had got drafted to Raw, and it was on this dude Jericho's highlight reel. Remember that his talk
Hey, where you
show?
guys at?
Yeah, but nobody cared about the Captain Charisma gimmick. I'm sorry. He
You
had that
bugging?
corny-ass music. He
Captain
had that
No,
Charisma.
I like the
What?
Captain
corny-ass
Charisma
music.
thing,
Yeah,
but
you
I'm
bugging
just
on that
saying
one, Scott.
when it came to his world title,
I
that's
know
where I think like
I know
people stopped really
JCD's not
Captain
caring.
here.
Charisma was funny. I'm sorry.
Captain
I know J
Charisma and motherfucking the Instant Classic. That was like the best of Christian.
JCD has
The
said
Instant
I
this,
didn't
and
Classic,
like
I
Christian
agree
with
with
that
man.
him.
corny ass.
What?
Hey,
I
but look,
didn't
I got a
like
point I wanted
Christian
to
with
finish.
that
Look,
corny ass music.
the Cena Edge subject. If you look on YouTube, there's a lot of good footages of Cena and Edge going back and forth with promos, which were hilarious. This is when he
Yeah.
when he would dog Lita too, about saying you can't stop it, you can only suppress it.
And here's
Oh
the
yeah,
thing too. Like maybe Scott might have a point because remember we saying that we basically comparing that to the whole Mega Power storyline. Who knows? Maybe Cena and Edge storyline might be better than matter of fact, I won't say better. I guess they serve this purpose for when it comes to the times.
yeah. The Mega Powers rival though. it's a big
Good.
difference because back in the days the crowds were red hot. There was
Cause
no
I
there was
can't
no
see,
there was no
I can't
There was
just
no
see
internet
Hogan,
back then.
rumors.
They didn't have
and
the
I can't
internet back
see
then.
I can't see Hogan calling Miss Elizabeth all types of hoes and sluts. That would be some crazy.
Can you imagine if
She's,
Hulk Hogan went
she's a
into
slut,
Macho
brother.
Man? Can you
But
imagine if Hulk Hogan went into Randy Savage's house and then like I don't know kicked Elizabeth in the head or some shit or leg dropped her?
Dead ass, son, that's what I'm saying. This imagine Hogan just start wilding out. You see Hogan wilding out on Miss Elizabeth, kissing her with irate.
a homicide. Macho Man was crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, Macho Man was not playing back then.
Yeah,
he was really like his promos.
First, you out there hot dogging.
The rumor that I've always heard.
Elizabeth.
I think you guys have heard it too. One of the biggest questions about Hulk Hogan's career is why did he have a black eye at WrestleMania 9? And the story that's been going around for years was that Randy Savage like gave him that business backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Randy did punch him in the face. He punched him because
Elizabeth was hiding in Hulk Hogan's house, and Hulk Hogan didn't want to say anything. So Macho Man fucking cold cut him.
Yeah, I heard that they was trying to. Go ahead, Smash.
No, I was gonna say I thought the Mega Powers just exploded, and then that's where the black eye came from.
No, this was WrestleMania 8 when Macho Man was still having legal problems with his wife at the time, and Elizabeth just wanted to be away from Macho Man. And the thing was, she moved in with Hogan and his wife.
What?
And Macho Man would call Hogan, and Hogan played it off like he was somewhere with a new boyfriend, but he was really staying at Macho Man at Hogan's house.
You know, you just gave me a good idea. What is Hogan's best match?
Like just in ring?
Yeah, like would you say is it Hogan
What the hell is that?
Andre? Is it Hogan versus Andre, or is it Hogan versus Rock as his best match?
Like if you're just talking like straight up.
Wait, hold on, wait, stop. What's that in the background?
I don't know, but that ain't me.
Sorry, somebody spazzed. Who's getting spazzed on in the background?
No, it must have been me. I was watching a video on my phone and I had to close to the microphone. Sorry about that.
If you're just talking like in ring, probably Warrior. But if you're just talking like as a spectacle, probably Rock. Depends what you're looking
for. Hogan versus Warrior?
Yeah, like as a match, like as an actual technical wrestling match. The Warrior match was good by 90s standards, early 90s standards.
I thought you would have said. Yeah, I thought you would have said something like Andre versus Hogan or Hogan versus Undertaker when he first lost his title.
Who was the first dude? Legitimately, who was the first person to body slam Andre the Giant? Wasn't it Coco Beware or Harley Race or Kamala?
I know Kamala.
That's what I'm about to say. Kamala, not Coco Beware.
Yeah,
Kamala.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Kamala slammed him at an indie show, but nobody knew back then because no internet.
So,
right.
Well, they have video of it, but I'm saying like they have video and he did it, but like I think at the time Andre wasn't he wasn't over 500. Like I think he was at 500, but like I think when Hogan slammed Andre, he was like at 550.
I watched that Andre documentary a couple of years ago, and it was really cool that Andre was he was a legit, he was that dude, because if he didn't like you, he would just say fuck this guy. I think
when I see this dude, because I thought this dude, me personally, I thought Andre the Giant was a boss master. But when I say when he was younger, this dude was doing drop kicks and hurricanranas. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Don't forget, he took 18 shots of vodka like it was
because apparently the whole day of WrestleMania 3, Hogan didn't know what the finish was, and Vince didn't tell him what the finish was, and so Hogan was scared as fuck because he was like, if Andre won, he can fucking kill me out there.
That's when Andre was like, he used to drink Hennessy by the gallon at that time, like. That dude was like a big ass. He was like a big ass bag of pork and booze. But when he was younger, man, when he was younger, this dude used to be flying all over the place. I'm like, oh shit, that's Andre the
Yo,
Giant,
yo.
and he had the
Speaking,
afro and all that.
speaking of big dudes, man, I was watching a WCW Nitro the other day. I saw the Giant do a fucking missile drop kick from the top rope.
Yeah, yo,
Hey. The Giant was no joke in WCW.
what? Dead ass though. I remember who did he kiss with that shit? I forgot who he called. Wasn't it
Okay.
Kevin Nash
No,
Yeah.
Kurt
or
Hennig.
someone? It was Kurt Hennig.
I think so because
He used to do a lot of athletic moves. He did the missile drop kick.
Word.
He used
Like
to do the
who's yo,
hip up.
dude? That shit is like somebody throwing a tree bark at you. Like, oh that.
Right. Apparently, what
he
happened
did
was
the Shawn Michaels jump too when he gets off the ground with his
right.
legs.
Apparently, what happened was they told him to stop doing it because they were like, "You're a giant. You're not supposed to do these moves," and so he stopped doing it. But it's just very fascinating seeing him do moves like that because he never did it.
Word. He could kill somebody like that.
They say he was supposed to work like a giant, like a big
Right.
man. That's why Keith Lee got in the hot seat with Vince McMahon. Because he was doing all this super aerial shit. Like, dude,
That wasn't what it was. That wasn't what it was.
But see, the problem with Keith Lee though is that like
hold on, let's get this. Go ahead.
No, like he was like the problem that Vince had with him was he didn't view him like Keith Lee was portraying himself a certain way, and Vince was like, no, you gotta have more, I guess, charisma. He didn't feel like he had it in him, kind of like that it factor that Cesaro doesn't have. So like he's like, I see you have potential, but you're missing something. And I think a lot of the times when people give Vince McMahon shit when he releases people, a lot of the time it's for a good reason, and it's not just like he doesn't like you or he wants to get rid of you. It's just like he wants you to go find yourself, so that way when you come back, you're better than before, like Drew McIntyre. You know,
but
Drew
he
McIntyre
was good with the bask in the glory. Vince had to change that shit with that.
right.
Man, look,
that was
you know, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. Hook, line, and fucking sinker. Remember we had this conversation from before when it came to the NXT call-ups. You were saying, "Oh, Vince McMahon ain't being petty. It's just they can't cut it. They're not good enough." Remember you were saying that, Snugs?
I don't remember saying they weren't good enough or they can't cut it.
Nah, Bask in the Glory was his best gimmick, and he
What do you mean?
change it and turn him into the Bearcat.
Yeah.
So you
saying
trying to backtrack now because you heard what Kevin Nash said about the fuckery that Vince McMahon was on.
Where they fucked up with Keith Lee was that legit the two biggest names in the company went off the script to give Keith respect. At Survivor Series, Roman gave, Keith Lee that fist bump because those were the last two. And then just like a month later at Royal Rumble, when Keith Lee came out, Brock Lesnar was like, "Oh shit, look at this fucking guy."
Oh, no.
Like he was
Yeah,
excited.
that was a moment.
I got another
That was a
reason why
moment.
Keith Lee. I got another reason why Keith Lee doesn't really like why he never transited to the main roster. I think it's really because of his theme music. When he went to the main roster, he look at Nakamura. Nakamura's a great wrestler and all, but what's more over than his wrestling is his music. So,
But
Keith
they
Lee
changed
coming
his
out-
music also. They changed Keith Lee's music got changed just like how Nakamura music got changed.
And it was
Yeah, but they
horrible.
changed. Yeah, but they went back to Nakamura's old theme because his new theme was so crap that people were not behind him anymore.
I'm happy
Like,
you
they were
brought
still-
that up. I'm happy you
Yeah,
brought
that's
that
the
up.
point. But them bringing it back, it don't matter
That's
no more. You're
something
already damaged the character.
Since you brought that up, that's something that and I don't know how much power, I don't know if Triple H can change this. That's another thing that Triple H needs to change. Not enough people talk about this. The theme music in WWE, 90% is
Oh,
generic as
God.
fuck. Well, half the
Word.
time
I don't know about
when theme music
90%.
plays, when theme music plays, half the time in WWE, I don't even know who's coming out because the music
Like
sounds
the
the same.
War Raiders.
Yo,
It's funny that-
it's
it's
No,
funny to say that 'cause
Sophie's
I
so
feel the
right.
same way. I feel the same way about AEW. Like when I watch AEW, I'm like, who the fuck?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When it comes to most of these
music sound
motherfuckers.
like some fucking cheap ass porn.
Man, look, I agree. This like, and then you got this bum ass dude, Jungle Bum.
I like
Get out of here.
Wait a minute. I do like that. Leave that alone.
Get the fuck out of here. He's whack, yo. I can't stand Jungle Bum.
I don't know. Like that theme song. It sometimes I be like, okay.
He's not Tarzan. How the fuck he coming out on some caveman type shit? This dude come out to the ring wearing a leather and some jeans and all that. You
The theme
a
song,
boy.
the wrestler whose theme got changed that really upset me was, I really like
how got his personality? How got his personality? If this dude, like, he doesn't talk like a caveman, nothing. There's nothing prehistoric about this dude.
That's a good point. You bring up.
I can't stand Jungle Bum.
I mean, he's so
to me, since we're talking about music, the wrestler whose music they changed that really pissed me off was fucking Shayna Baszler's. Her theme song was badass.
Yeah. Her new one sucks.
NXT, because when she was in NXT, in NXT, I'm telling you, Malik, you gotta watch it. She was a fucking killer.
Oh, she is a killer. I just never noticed her theme music. I mean, her theme music wasn't.
Her theme music was better in NXT than it is in WWE. Well, she had it in WWE, but they changed it, and I was like, wow, because I think it had an issue with Jim Johnston, so that's why they had to change a lot of people's theme music.
First it was Jim Johnston, then it was those other guys. Was it UFOs or whatever? CFOs.
CFO.
Yeah. Jim Johnston was the best producer because Jim Johnston gave us D-Generation X. That, to me, that's what I think.
Hey, you know what though? You know what? Here's a cool fact about Jim Johnston. Did you know his last theme song was Baron Corbin's? Baron Corbin's was the last one he did. So
before he got released,
the Lone Wolf?
No, the one the Baron Corbin theme that starts off with the like and like fire.
I hate that corny ass.
I think that was good.
That garbage. I fucking hate Baron Corbin. It was the Lone Wolf.
Baron Corbin.
No, I like Corbin, but like I think a lot of that cut, like the reason why they got into a dispute with Jim Johnston was because of the pandemic era, because they were still cutting a check to him when they were losing money during the COVID, so they had to like, I guess like budget cuts, right? They had to do that, and then they had to, change a lot of people's theme music.
But that's definitely one thing that's missing in wrestling, because like back in the Attitude Era and even the Ruthless Aggression era, even like the early PG era, like even like TNA, like wrestlers had theme songs where like the first tune you immediately knew who it was. Now it's like you hear wrestling music and like you have to listen to it for a couple of seconds to even know who the fuck it is, and even then you still don't know. Who the fuck it is.
Jungle Boy.
I think the TNA theme is goated. I like
TNA low key has some of the best wrestling teams. It doesn't get enough respect for it. It's got a lot of great teams.
Can they fix
like Beer Money?
Porn music?
Oh, I fucking love Beer Money's theme.
Beer Money.
Yeah, I was such a huge Beer Money mark.
Yeah, I remember. I like Beer Money.
See, now in a perfect world, we would get James Storm in WWE. We could get fucking Beer Money. Now that would fucking revive the tag division over there.
Bobby Roode has disappeared off TV in WWE. I ain't seen him.
He might get repackaged.
No, Bobby Roode got into some shit. I forgot what happened to him. I think he got injured.
He got injured? Okay.
I never heard that.
I can't believe you hate Jungle Boy like that.
You mean Jungle Bum?
Jungle Boy, whatever.
Oh shit!
I like Jungle Boy. I mean, he's a good wrestler, but yeah, the dinosaur gimmick, yeah.
But that's the thing, though. Anybody can be a good wrestler, and I'm not gonna lie. I give that to Vince. Anybody can be a good wrestler, but can you be a superstar? That's what brings in the money.
Well, how about
when it comes to that? When Vince said that, yes, he definitely has a point. Because look at The Rock. The Rock, he wasn't known for his wrestling. The Rock wasn't known for his wrestling. The Rock.
I never thought he was a bad wrestler, though. Some people say The Rock was a bad wrestler. I thought he was all right.
No, I wouldn't say that either. But his caliber was bringing in people to watch the show when it comes to his promos. He was an entertainer.
The Rock was. I mean, The Rock had wrestled for shit. You got to say this. Let's put it this way: The Rock was tailor made for entertainment. That's why he's in Hollywood now. He's tailor
No,
made.
that's the thing. The Rock could wrestle. He definitely could wrestle. It's just
Not
that
really. I mean,
he wasn't known for the wrestling.
I'm saying his
No,
moves,
he's a powerhouse. That's
his
the
moves
Rock
were
known
one dimensional.
for.
He did the same moves as Hogan. Almost like you saw the people's elbow.
Apparently,
Rock
apparently, if you can find some of the early internet forums, like in 99, 2000, a big portion of the IWC, like they hated The Rock, which just absolutely shocks me. This was like the
Because
peak
of that
of.
corny gimmick he started off with. That's why they was like, die, walk, Rocky, die.
Well, of course, that's what saying. When he changed his gimmick, became a heel. That's what opened the door for him. So yeah, I mean, I have to give props for that. As far as wrestling,
The Rock was kind of corny in 1996 to 1998.
of course, he was playing the nice guy, shaking hands. He had a funny haircut. Of course, yeah.
And then he joined the Nation.
No, he was a little corny in the Nation in the beginning.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't
Yes,
corny.
he
No,
was.
he was just. It was just
Yes,
a fact.
he was.
See,
Yes, he was.
The Rock and
Yes,
the
he
faction.
was.
That didn't work. See, The Rock had to be by himself.
When he first joined the corporation, he still was rough around the edges.
He wasn't a
At least he changed his
like
look.
he
He
is
wasn't too
now.
rough because he was coming into his own. Because nobody started to. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
You know what I love about The
Smackdown
Rock?
candy
No
ass.
one does this anymore. What I love about The Rock, when he was the Intercontinental Champion, I wish so many wrestlers would do this. Rock did that Randy Savage thing, where when he was Intercontinental Champion, he didn't have it around his shoulder or around his waist. He would like carry it like a suitcase, like how Randy Savage would do it. I love it when wrestlers do that. It looks
I used to
badass.
hate that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I used to hate when The Rock dragged the belt. I didn't like that at
Yeah, I
all.
hate
But
that
you know
shit. You just,
I don't mind it. Yeah,
the belt on the
walk
ground.
it. Yeah,
I used to hate that shit.
No, that was dope. But however,
wasn't.
like
Them belts
I don't mind it.
$200,000. You gotta replace them when they get
the way he was dangling that it was swag. But I'll tell you this: when the Undertaker wore it around his waist, that gold championship from WCW, that was perfection.
Nah,
Yeah,
you know what I used to like?
Yeah.
I used to like when Bully Ray used to wear the belt around his neck. Now, that was
Yeah.
fire. That was
See, to
gangster.
me, see, to me, when guys like Rock and Austin just drag the belt, that's symbolism because they're basically carrying the company. You see what I'm saying? That's how I always
Kind of like
looked
how
at it.
Roman puts it over.
See, I'm not gonna
He
lie.
puts it.
I could appreciate it now because it's something different now. Because but at that time,
But what about
I
Roman?
didn't like
what
it.
about Roman? What about Roman Reigns? The way how he carries it, he puts it like
Respects
weirdly
the
over
title.
his
He
shoulder.
ain't
He puts it on his. He puts it on his back.
I like that. I like that Roman actually wears the belt.
It's like a book bag. You know, I used to like when Roman wore it like a book bag when he put the strap
Right.
over his shoulder like
Yeah.
a book bag.
Right.
I like that.
My complaint is a lot of people don't actually, a lot of champions, and this just goes like to all companies, a lot of
Don't
champions
respect the
like
title.
actually don't wear the title anymore. Like in most companies, most wrestlers just wrap it around their shoulder and it's like, okay, but like, do something else with it, So I will give that to Roman. He does wear it, like, well, he wears one of them and then Heyman carries the other one. So
Yeah, I like that setup.
Now the
Shit,
Usos,
but
they show
anyways.
no respect to the damn titles, man.
Hold on, y'all. Like, we definitely had an awesome fucking conversation tonight, man. I'm definitely digging this show. But I gotta shut it down. Gotta wake up early.
Damn, you're always shutting it down when it gets good, and we got more to say too.
I know
Damn,
that's the,
How you
Hey,
gonna get the show
next Tuesday.
Art,
Next
how you
Tuesday, we still
how you
gonna
get the
cook.
show wet? How you gonna get the show wet and then cut it off? Now we.
Hey, don't worry
Whoa.
because
Whoa.
don't worry because this. Yeah, that's pause. Now, I'll tell you this: this Monday we got Trish Stratus coming to Raw.
Whoopee.
Man,
Oh, what?
Ain't looking
she
forward
don't
to that.
sit her.
Hold on, wait.
down.
Hold on, wait. Like, I went, 2.5 hours. That's longer than usual. I definitely appreciate y'all pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I went the extra half hour.
Nobody
One
wanna
last
see
point I wanted
Trish
to make.
Stratus' old ass no more.
Go ahead, Malik.
No, look, the whole Edge, Lita, and Matt Hardy thing. Matt Hardy was the one that got pissed and brought that out to the public. That whole story should have never come on the air. So that's personal shit. I mean, yeah, it made good television because Vince McMahon, of course, is slimy like that. That's why he put it on television. But
Well, I would say this. I would ask this, and then we're gonna get up out of here. How close was Matt Hardy and Edge?
They were best
Why?
friends.
they're best friends. All of them were.
Lita
All
was
the
Like,
way.
part of Team Extreme.
were they
She was
really?
Big
Were
Bad
they
Mark.
really best friends?
Yeah, because
I
Yeah.
best
guess
friends
we're,
put each other through
I
Because
tables.
guess
you
we're,
gotta remember, you have co-workers and you have best friends. I
All right,
think
so
that's
Art.
completely different.
No, Art.
uh,
So this what happened. They were best friends. Matt Hardy made it known that Lita was the love of his life.
But well, hold on. What made Matt Hardy and Edge best friends? I'm not caping for Edge or nothing. I'm
For
just saying,
who
like,
They
they for
all
who
what's
they
they
all
what's
they
your
they
little
all traveled
what's your
they
little
all
they
traveled
what's
together.
they
they all
travel, I guess,
traveled.
okay,
They all
okay,
traveled
okay.
the
My
road
Yeah.
together.
my question would be, who made the first move, Lita or Edge?
So this what happened.
I'm guessing it was
They
Edge. I
Matt
guess.
Hardy got injured. So what happened was Lita was still on tour, but she had no one to travel with. So Edge promised to take care of her on the road. Well, they've been on the road for a while, and then for some reason, Lita started making moves on Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland was like, yo, this is messed up. But as time went on, you've been on the road long enough, you start catching a couple of feelings with each other. Then it finally went down. And instead of it being
Or better
um
yet, Lita finally went
Yeah,
down.
because Matt Hardy was hurt, right? Matt was hurt
yeah.
while Lita was still on the
Right.
road. Yeah.
And the thing was, after that happened, Lita couldn't even be honest, like, yes, this happened. Adam Copeland felt shitty about it. He wanted to say something, but the problem was Jeff Hardy got released, and Lita did that infamous interview on a separated podcast and pretty much shitted on Matt.
Oh,
So
when he called in,
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
remember
then
that. Yeah.
yeah.
she
I remember that
he
shit.
did
Yeah.
she didn't even give Edge a chance to even apologize because he felt like shit afterwards. So when it happened,
That's a good
Oh
segue
yeah,
there
you
because
already know. It could be
that's a,
2 people watching. It could be 200 people watching. It could be 2,000 people watching. It could be 2 million people watching. We cooking. We talking
we
about
cooking.
old fashioned wrestling. You know what I'm saying? It don't
I'm like
matter.
this. Hey, look at
Appreciate the support though, JM.
right. Hey Scott, look, I don't think Edge felt too shitty because I'm you saying it finally went down. You know what you mean is Lita finally went down. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that's a good segue for Scott because that's another thing people don't talk about is that I think during that period when all that happened, Jeff and Christian were both gone. So that's relevant to the story because they could have probably if either one had been there because they all traveled together, maybe things would have been different. But it was like there was no chaperoning going on. And what
We
made
would
me
have.
so upset as a teenager when that happened was that the only person that benefited from it was Edge. Edge
Yeah,
got
and
all the
seeing
heat from it. He got all the heat, and it basically it guaranteed him a future main event spot. And Lita, in the short term, it helped her. In the long term, it basically killed her career because they were chanting slut and a bunch of other stuff at her to the point where
Yeah,
she
yeah,
couldn't go anywhere.
Nah,
yeah,
I
And
don't
then,
think that. I
she was a
don't.
yeah.
babyface at one time
I
too.
don't think that hindered. I don't think that hindered her career. I think what ultimately hindered her career is just
The neck
her
injury.
neck and torso.
No, also
She
also the
she
career.
wasn't
Edge
healthy.
was the only one that
she
benefited
wasn't
from it
healthy.
because Matt
If
Hardy
only
it hurt him. Matt didn't really do anything of his career really until he reinvented himself as the broken shit many
I was
years
gonna
later.
say that. Yeah, I was gonna say
No,
like
Right.
if
Matt.
only
Well, here's the
he came up
thing.
with the broken
Matt's
gimmick
came.
right after that.
No, they wanted to give Matt Hardy a title run, but he was still stuck on them painkillers, and he had his own addiction, so that didn't work out. And
Well,
plus,
anyway, just what always
Matt
upset me
Hardy
about
got
all
out of
that was
shape.
it wasn't like it wasn't like he did some new creative thing to get over. It was like he was a dick in real life and he got heat from it. That's why I've always been like, it wasn't like he's a real heel,
And the
because a
No,
thing is
he
real
was
heel
a
also
can come
dick.
up with stuff.
when all that shit went down, Edge was actually married. So see,
Right,
Edge was a dog
exactly.
anyway.
That's why I
Yeah,
And the
say
thing is, look,
that's why I say
Lita,
if you remove that, he would
yeah,
never have been what I think he's like an 11-time champ or something like that. I'm not
yeah,
saying Edge would not have been
and
a main
also
eventer.
shit, also real shit. Shouts go out to Matt Hardy for not even snitching. Like he didn't even snitch on Edge at first. Like he was just letting him know, like, look, I see some
But
strange going on between you and Lita. Stay away from my girl.
He confronted Lita, and Lita shitted on him on that podcast. That's
Yeah,
what did
she
it.
doubled down.
Well, the
on
good
it,
news
too.
is
She
that
gave
they're
no
all
fuck.
cool. The good news now is that they're all cool now. They're all, well, everyone's on good terms except Rebby and Lita, which is going to be interesting because one day the Hardy Boys will be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I would imagine Lita would be inducted with them. That's going to be fucking awkward because Rebby will be there. I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
Man, look.
Rebby hates
No,
Lita.
but hold on,
And look,
hold on. I do gotta shut shit down.
I got you.
I do gotta shut shit down. But I'm gonna end on this note. Just this dude so brought it up. What do you think the Hall of Fame museum should be if they create one eventually? What do you think the
Where?
Hall of Fame? Yeah, where?
Probably
New
in
York.
Florida somewhere. It's a great tourist state.
New York.
That or like
I
Connecticut.
agree.
I would say Stanford,
New
Connecticut.
York.
I would say Stanford, Connecticut.
Because that's where
I
a
would
lot of
go
the
to
first
this.
happened for WWE was New York. Like, you know,
Right.
you got the what you call it? WrestleMania was there, I think, the first one. You had
Yep.
the you know,
Honestly,
they go there
New
all
York's
the time for all the
already
big events.
congested.
Nah.
Take
At
it
a museum
somewhere
there.
else.
Maybe it
Nah.
can be like an extension to the WWE HQ building, like like attached right next to it. Maybe I don't know.
Well, the HQ building is technically a museum of itself, kind of, because when you walk in there, they have like a bunch of memorabilia just like in the hallways. Like they have like the Andre the Giant statue there with the handprint that he had. You know, it's like they have a lot of stuff there, but they need like an actual like a whole building where they can put all their stuff and people can go visit and pay admission to go and see
Yeah.
the stuff. And have like a gift shop too in there. That'd be kind of cool if we can go up in
Yeah,
there
of course.
and buy like WWE
Meet-
merch and shit.
Meet and greets. Maybe they can put on a match
Yeah.
or two. All of that stuff.
A match.
Call it
Oh,
the Vince
shit.
McMahon
Now you
Hall.
going ham.
Why
Or
not?
Yeah,
call
they
it
should
the
have a
Vince McMahon
whole.
Hall?
They should have a whole museum. This is long overdue. WWE needs a museum.
Yeah.
I would say somewhere like maybe Philadelphia. I don't know, but New
I've,
York is
I've
too
always
congested.
wanted to go to that warehouse in Connecticut. To those that don't know, there's a warehouse in Connecticut. It's a huge warehouse. It's like a warehouse
just make that the Hall of
within a
Fame.
warehouse. That it has nothing but just like a bunch of unused stuff that go back years. Like there's this poster of Hogan and Brett in a face-off because they were supposed to fight at SummerSlam, I think '93, and it never happened.
Yeah, I
Then there's
remember that
another-
was on the cover of one of the wrestling magazines. What's the name of that
Right.
wrestling
Yeah, but like,
magazine?
That would have
yeah,
been
but like,
ugly.
but here's the
Right.
problem with the museum, though. I have a question. Like, doesn't like a lot of the wrestlers have a lot of the memorabilia, but they don't want to give it up? Like, remember that show that they did on A&E where they
Yeah,
had like Top Dollar from Hit Row come in, and he would like bring you to
but
the
that's
one with Ric
like
Flair.
only like there's still a lot of come on now. There's still a lot of memorabilia out there. Remember, WWE/WWF has been around ever since our parents were kids.
Yeah, I guarantee if you put a
So
museum,
they can fill a
wrestlers
whole
would donate.
museum with nothing but memorabilia.
Yeah, if they open a museum, wrestlers would donate it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
I hope so
You
because
have
Charles
meet,
Robinson.
you have meet and greets. You can even
Because,
have a ice cream parlor that has an old school ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, because like
Hey,
Charles
yo.
Robinson has one of Ric Flair's robes, and he doesn't want to give that up.
Hey, yo, cool story before we go. Miro has a replica of the tank that he came out in at Mania. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I
Yo.
remember, yeah.
Another reason why I say fuck John Cena. How the fuck you have this dude come through with a damn tank and lose?
Yep. I was
damn.
that was the year he was doing all his Putin stuff too. I was all
Oh,
behind
speaking
that
of
shit. I
Miro,
was
you
like,
see on
oh, yeah.
Dynamite
Yeah, that's
where
when
he did a
that's
promo.
when Lana was looking good.
Hey, look, y'all. Speaking of
Yeah,
Miro,
she had them thick ass Chun Li legs.
Chung-Li. No, speaking of Miro, you know that probably did on Dynamite last week because he's hitting at Lana coming to AEW. That's just a hit though.
Oh,
Also, last thing, Lita was a heel at the time when that story came out. Because remember when her and Trish Stratus were feuding, they were doing a promo in the ring, and the crowd was chanting "slut" at her, and Trish goes, "Don't call her a slut." And also, you heard the crowd chant. This is when Hustle and Flow
Trish
came
can't
out.
talk. She was sleeping with TNA.
Oh, of course. But anyway, well,
Oh man, that's when she looked her best. That's
Yeah,
when
when she
Trish
had
looked
them big
her
old
best.
titties up in your face.
And them leather napkin skirts.
Are
And look,
y'all excited for the new Brooklyn Skull session? The new one with Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out with Charlotte Flair. He's interviewing Charlotte Flair.
Shut up.
So now this.
No,
So now this. Hold on.
yeah, I'm
Hold on.
interested.
Hold on.
I'm interested.
Hold on.
I'm
Watch this though,
interested.
because
Yeah.
here's why I'm interested in that podcast right now, because when Stone Cold interviews her and they air it, now it's gonna give everybody the they're gonna see that Charlotte Flair is not just in there for her name. She's actually a great wrestler. How she really thinks, how she really feels, and Stone Cold's gonna ask her the hard hitting questions that I don't think she's ever been asked in any interview that she's ever done. So that's why
No,
this one I'm
Charlotte-
looking forward to.
All right,
Charlotte's
we're gonna hold you
when
to
she
that.
gets into the wrestling scene. She's a
We're gonna hold you to
outside
that.
of the ring.
We're gonna hold you to that.
One
Because you said
time with that podcast.
you think Stone Cold's gonna ask her the hard hitting questions. I'm
Hell
gonna
no.
remember that, Snugs. I'm gonna remember that.
Hell
Because you know I'm
no.
gonna call you on that if he doesn't.
Because look,
Yeah, because
let me
I saw the trailer and she's saying things like, she even acknowledges that she knows that people say things like, oh, she's only
His-
in here for her family name and stuff like that.
His,
And
his
she's
show
proven
is,
her
is
say.
Stone Cold's
But it's the
interviews
truth,
are hit
though.
or miss. For every interview where he does ask the hard questions, there's interviews where he doesn't. Like the Jeff Jarrett interview was a softball interview.
Exactly.
The Jarrett interview
Exactly.
was softball as fuck. He wasn't asking
Yeah.
Jarrett any of the hard. Like at no point in the Jarrett interview did they ever mention the story that's been going for years, which is that Stone Cold hated Jeff Jarrett. Because when Jeff Jarrett made his debut, remember that one promo where he said Austin 316 was blasphemous, and Austin was pissed because he was
And
like,
he-
"This is gonna hurt."
And Jeff Jarrett.
He
and
probably
Jeff
didn't
Jarrett
feel
was
that
with
was a
his
big enough
ex-wife.
thing.
And Jeff Jarrett was with his ex-wife Deborah. Jeff Jarrett's a
Right.
little sleazy motherfucker.
Right, like none
He
of
slept with Deborah, Karen Angle. That dude, boy, he should
I
have
used to love
he
you.
should
I used to love
got
you,
his
Karen
slap
Angle.
nuts beat down a few times.
Karen Angle, that was a bad bitch. But anyway,
Jarrett is also
That was
part
for
of the
another show.
walkout.
Nah,
Jeff Jarrett,
hold on, wait.
Jeff-
I gotta shut it down.
All right,
y'all.
all right,
I
cool.
got you.
We did go over time. Yo, I fuck with y'all. Thanks for joining me in another episode of the Council Roundtable. And I'm gonna go live again Tuesday. Y'all already know the vibes, B.
The walk home show next week.
The walk home show. Peace out, motherfucker.
Yeah, peace. Oh, and look, even though Trish was, like I said, Trish was TNA, I bet you $20. I bet you bitch